Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this very special, very awesome edition of Canada Day Baseball here at Labatt Memorial Park as the London Majors get set to take on the Barrie Baycats from Labatt Park here in London. Noah Smith and Dylan Baker calling the action. Dylan, quite a good game for us on tap as well. We get to see the Barrie Baycats come in for another important game.
Yeah, today we'll see a very interesting game indeed as the Barrie Baycats come to town looking to return to their winning ways, as they've lost two of their last three, as have the Majors. They've lost two to Guelph, so they will look to return to the win column today. The Majors lost to the Maple Leafs yesterday on a walk-off home run, fell to the Jackfish 12-0 on Friday night. But Barrie this week proved that they can be beat by a team that doesn't rhyme with Schmanthers, so hopefully the Majors can use some of that and win today.
Yeah, the Majors, they went on a big win streak, Dylan. They won a lot of games in a row. At one point, they got up to almost 9 of their last 10 games with the win. They have dropped 2 straight ball games this weekend. They're looking to get back into those winning ways. And what better day to do it than Canada Day, a packed house, the Barrie Baycats in town.
Yeah, for sure. And the Barrie Baycats, the top team in the league right now. And it'd be great to beat them in front of the home crowd on Canada Day, one of the biggest stages you can have for the Majors. So today, a win would be fantastic.
Here are the standings in the IBL right now, Dylan. This is up to date as well with that game going on earlier today in Brantford. Barrie and Kitchener at the top of those standings. We've talked about it, Dylan. They've been there all season long. Those two teams will likely stay at the top for the rest of the season as well, fighting it out with each other.
Yeah, for sure. And with their records right now, they're positioned in a way that they can not fall very far, and I believe that they would have to stay in the top 2 spots. So Barrie's number 1 at 15-4, Kitchener number 2 at 15-5, Welland back up into the 3rd spot after the Majors took it over briefly at 11-9, Guelph 11-11, Hamilton 9-9. The Majors fell all the way to 6th place. They're at 11-12, Toronto at 8-12, and Brantford at 1-19.
Yeah, the Red Sox, a big story this season, Dylan, won their season opener and have since dropped 19 straight ball games. They sit at 1-19. We'll take a look now at the out-of-town scoreboard in the IBL. Just one other game going on this holiday Monday, Canada Day, as the Hamilton Cardinals were in town to take on the Brantford Red Sox. That game going the way of the Cardinals 8-3. In the MLB, Kansas City losing to Toronto 11-4.
Yeah, and for Brantford, it's got to be very disappointing for the home fans. I don't believe they've seen a win at home, because I think that the game they did win was on the road in Toronto. So that's got to be very disappointing for them, and they will look to turn things around soon. For the Blue Jays, they had a great win today, 11-4. A ton of home runs, ton of RBIs. It was a really good game and a fun one for Canada Day. The Majors will look to repeat that, or take from that and bring it into this ball game.
Yeah, the Majors looking as well to have Canada Day victory on Canadian soil. We mentioned the Blue Jays doing a great job against the Kansas City Royals today. Dylan, you want to talk a little bit about this Canada Day? It's a very special a kind of vibe giving out right now. I mean, everybody's here. It's packed. I would say as of right now, there's probably just as much, if not more, people than there were on the Pack the Park Day. That, of course, had to do a little bit with the weather, but it's a gorgeous day for baseball here on Canada Day.
Oh, it's just beautiful right now at Labatt Park, and a ton of fans are here in attendance to watch their Majors take on the Barrie Baycats on Canada Day. It's probably one of the biggest games of the year for the Majors besides Pack the Park Day, and it was raining then, so not all the fans that would have usually come out came out today. It is beautiful. It is sunny. It's a wonderful day for a ball game.
It absolutely is. We'll take a look at the London Majors starting lineups. We do have some time as they're doing a little bit longer of pregame festivities down there due to Canada Day and a couple other things. They're going to do the lineups. Here's the home lineups, though, Dylan, for the London Majors. A little bit of a changes as well as some new faces that we're still kind of getting used to in the Majors lineup.
Yeah, for sure. And Carlos Arteaga, usually the leadoff hitter, is not in the leadoff spot today. It is Yuki Yasuda. He's at second base. Miles Miller, who made his Majors debut yesterday in Toronto, went 2 for 4 and showed off his speed by stealing a base, is a tremendous defensive outfielder. He's a very intriguing young new piece of this Majors roster, and he could be huge for them down the road. Izzy Pena bats third in left field as usual. Cleveland Brownlee bats fourth at DH, and I believe, Noah, if I'm not mistaken, he is a home run away from 100 on his career. Byron bats fifth in right field. Larry Balkwell bats sixth at catcher. Mike Ambrose batting seventh at first base. He's also near a milestone. Carlos Arteaga batting eighth at shortstop. Steve Froese at third, and Juliandre Guerra on the mound for the Majors.
Yeah, a couple of milestones, as you mentioned, Dylan. Cleveland Brownlee, he's coming up on his 100th career IBL home run. Of course, that's going to be a big one for him. Mike Ambrose is coming up on his 200th career IBL hit. So 2 milestones that we'd like to and hopefully we'll see today at Labatt Park. We'll certainly get the fans into it. We even saw Trevor Oakes of Avro Bats down there. He has a special little bat that Cleveland Brownlee is going to be using today with 100 written on it. We'd love to see him try and hit that today.
Yeah, for sure. So the 100 is in honor of 100 IBL seasons, and now they actually have a shot. He has a shot at hitting his 100th career home run with that bat today. That would be incredible, and it would certainly get the home crowd going, as it is Canada Day, and the park is packed. Mike Ambrose, a hit away from his 200th career hit. That would be great to see at home as well.
Yeah, it certainly would. Right down at field level now, as you kind of get a look there, standing ovation coming in, as we do have some ceremonies like we mentioned there. The London Police bringing in a torch rally here. Dylan, you wanted to talk a little bit as well about the pitching matchups coming into this game. It's a good one here. We get to see the Majors ace against a very good arm for the Barrie Baycats.
Yeah, and while Santos Arias is not the ace for the Barrie Baycats, he is certainly a tremendous arm, going 4-1 with a 2.53 ERA this season. 39 innings pitched, 33 strikeouts. For the Majors, it's their ace. It's Juliandre Higuera, 3-2, a 3.48 ERA. Don't get fooled by the ERA. While it is higher than Arias, he has been very dominant in his IBL tenure. 51 and 2/3 innings, 63 strikeouts, averaging more than a strikeout per inning, and leading the IBL in strikeouts.
Yeah, one of the big reasons because of that high ERA as well for Higuera is his first few starts when he came over to the Majors. He was kind of just getting used to the league, getting used to his new squad. So that is the reason why that high ERA. I would say probably Dylan in his last 4 or 5 starts, though, he has been absolutely dominant for this Majors squad.
Yeah, and he needed some time to get settled in with his new team, as you mentioned, Noah. And recently, he has been phenomenal. Higuera has been the best arm for the Majors. He's been striking out a ton of guys. He's had 3 double-digit strikeout games in his last 5 or 6 starts. He has been great lately, and he just needed some time to settle in. That's why that ERA is higher than Arias.
Yeah, and we're hoping Higuera as well. He's one of those guys that if you get a chance to even kind of just talk a little bit with him, Dylan, he is very competitive as a pitcher. And I say that in a way, most pitchers are competitive. You know that. Most pitchers are very competitive athletes, as are all baseball players, of course. But Higuera especially, he goes out there and he battles, and he's a strikeout guy. He loves the strikeouts. If you talk to him, he always talks about how many did I get today? How many more can I get? How can I get better? He loves the strikeouts.
Juliandre Higuera absolutely adores striking guys out, but he is one of the most competitive pitchers you will ever meet. I'd say I'd almost put him at Marcus Stroman level in his competitiveness. He is so passionate about pitching and about striking guys out. He loves it. He wants to get better every start. He asks his pitching coach, Brent Wales. He talks to us. He wants to know in what ways he can get better and benefit his team. He is a super competitive guy and a great teammate as well.
So that's one thing you're going to want to watch today as you're following us through the broadcast on this Canada Day. The pitching matchup as Arias goes against Higuera. Dylan, it's going to be quite the matchup. We're excited to watch it, and there's a big crowd here to watch it as well on this Canada Day. Of course, beautiful weather. We'll take it down to field level now as they're just introducing the lineups, and we can head down there and check that out.
Yeah, the lineups are looking pretty good for Barrie. It's obviously going to be tough. Their lineup is... leading off is Connor Morrow at short. Starlin Rodriguez bats second at second base. Jordan Castaldo batting third at first. Cal DeGrace batting cleanup at designated hitter. Stevie Lewis batting fifth in right field. Jeff Cowan batting sixth in left field. Branfy Infante batting seventh in center field. Carson Burns batting eighth at third base. And Parker Walker bats ninth and catches. No Kevin Atkinson in this Barrie Baycats lineup. That doesn't mean that they don't have a strong chance at winning. They are a very talented lineup, 1 through 9, even without Atkinson.
They certainly are. They have one of the best hitting lineups in the IBL. Of course, their record reflects that greatly, Dylan, top of the league, and they have been, of course, winning the IBL title. You look at it again here, and you just look through this Barrie Baycats lineup. Jordan Castaldo is one of those guys that you just look at his stats and you say, how is he hitting that well?
Yeah, for sure. Castaldo this season is batting above 500. He's batting 508 this year, and he leads the IBL in home runs. He's tied with Sean Riley for 9 home runs, leading the IBL this year, and he has been phenomenal. It's been quite incredible to see that he's hitting so well, and you get baffled by it. You look at his stat line, and you, as you mentioned, Noah, you're confused. How can someone hit that well?
And speaking of hitting well, Dylan, we have a little bit of time here. The majors yesterday in Toronto, the bats very hot, of course. Cleveland Brownlee himself, a pair of home runs. I mean, everyone talks about how it's a little bit of a smaller park over at Christie Pitts in Toronto, but you can't let that take away from those home runs that Cleveland hit yesterday. We're unable to get a stream, of course, so we don't have the highlights, but the bats were, well, 3 different majors with home runs.
Yeah, 3 different majors with home runs, 2 by Cleveland Brownlee, putting him in position to get 100 today if he just hits 1 home run. We also saw a home run by Byron Reichstein. Good to see. And Mike Ambrose hit one over at Christie Pitts yesterday. 4 home runs total for the majors by 3 different players. The bats were alive yesterday, and they're going to need to carry that in today.
But just finishing up the lineup announcements here for the London Majors. As we mentioned, the Canada Day celebrations today. They're introducing every single player on the London Majors, so it's taken a little bit longer today. Scheduled first pitch, Dylan, 6:05. It's now 6:07. We haven't done the anthems yet, so nothing new really here for us in the broadcast crew, having to kill a little bit of time. Yuki Yasuda just introduced. He's been a bright spot for the majors since he came along.
Yeah, he certainly has. Yuki Yasuda has been a great presence in the majors order. He gets a ton of hits, and he gets them off, and he also plays a wonderful second base. So he's been a huge bright spot for the London Majors so far in his tenure. A great import player coming all the way from Japan. Huge bright spot for the majors.
And the majors, of course, Rube Channerdas, Scott Dart, everyone in the front office. A very big night before the signing deadline to pick up some big players for the majors that are going to hopefully carry them into a good playoff spot. One guy we really want to talk about, and hopefully we'll get to see him show off a little bit of his skills today, Miles Miller. You talked about him when we were introducing the lineups. He might be, when you bring him in now, the fastest guy on this major squad.
Yeah, and I might even put him in the category as one of the fastest in the IBL. He is so quick when he is running the bases, and he plays the outfield in a way that we don't see very often. He is hungry to make every single play. Doesn't matter if it's near him or not. He will run hard at every ball, and he plays the outfield with a fire that you don't normally see. He also gets on base quite often and is one of the fastest runners in the IBL.
Yeah, I talked with pitching coach, third base coach Brent Wales before the game. We both did, Dylan, and he said he's one of these guys that we bring him into the majors halfway through the season. Don't be surprised if he leads our team in stolen bases at the end of the season. He's already off to a great start, had one yesterday. He is easily the fastest guy on this team, and like you mentioned, Dylan, could be the top fastest guy in the IBL.
Yeah, for sure. He has so much speed, and it would not be surprising at all if he leads this team in stolen bases at the end of the year. Obviously, the majors don't have the fastest team in the IBL, but Miles Miller is certainly one of the fastest guys.
We're going to send her down to field level now as we are just about set for the national anthems.
And join in the singing of our national anthem. This evening's anthem sung in the honor of all our first responders and men and women of the armed forces serving both at home and abroad, past and present, and their families, the men and women that truly keep our country strong and free. At this time, we go down to Lindsay Barnett on the field to introduce this afternoon's anthem singing.
Constable Sandasha Downey is a police officer with the London Police Service since May of 2000 and is currently their media relations officer. Prior to becoming an MRO, she served the Community Services Unit as a school safety officer from August 2010 until November 2016. She's worked as a frontline officer for 7 years and has also spent time working with fraud, the Criminal Investigations Unit, and as well as the Traffic Management Unit. As a police officer, she actively manages relations with the media, has a very strong presence on social media, and is engaged with the community and regularly performs singing Canada's national anthem at community events. Sandasha is also the mother of 2 young children. Ladies and gentlemen, Sandasha Downey.
Gracias.
Beautiful rendition of O Canada set there, and we are almost set to get ready to go here on this beautiful Holiday Monday Canada Day action from Labatt Park. Dylan, it is a packed house here. We take a look around during the national anthems. Both me and you, I saw the look on your face as well. There's a lot of people here today excited to see this major squad try to go out for a win.
Yeah, there are a ton of people here on a beautiful day. Majors are going to be under a lot of pressure with a ton of fans here, but they would love to use that momentum that the fans are going to bring them, and hopefully bring a win or give them a win today here against the Barrie Baycats, a very tough team. A lot going on the field right now.
Yeah, still doing some ceremonies down there on the field as well. Dylan, is there's a team out there that is okay with this right now? It's got to be the Barrie Baycats. One thing that we didn't talk about in the pregame show is that we didn't see the first Baycats players on the field until just about 25 after 5, which is a little bit late getting on the field there. Didn't even take a batting practice. They get some extra time here to get set and ready as we're almost at 6:15 now, still waiting to get started.
Yeah, and you know what? It's always interesting to see that a team doesn't take batting practice. But today there could have been so many reasons that they didn't. It could be because they were so late, or it could be because they opted not to take batting practice, which is a bit strange since they haven't played a game since Thursday. So obviously it's intriguing that they would show up so late, and it'll be interesting to see how that carries over into the game.
If I had to guess, it definitely has to do a little bit, of course, with the Holiday Monday travel, getting from Barrie to here, a long road trip to come on a Monday night at 6 o'clock. But we are almost set, ready to go. The ceremonial first pitch is down. A 4-man umpire crew for this Monday evening action here between the Barrie Baycats and the London Majors. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, the first inning here from Labatt Park. Are you looking for that perfect birthday gift this summer? Then make sure you visit the London Majors team store located under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com. The Major store has lots of different items including t-shirts, game-used jerseys, hoodies, and Collins Majors socks, compliments of Collins clothiers. The Major store also has multiple different styles of London Majors official New Era caps. So make sure you visit us under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com. Chances are, if you've been out to a London Majors game this season, then you've noticed all the advertisements around the field. If you're wondering how you can get your business involved, then reach out to us and we can put you in touch with Angela at londonmajors.com. We can help you find innovative ways to help your business grow with the London Majors. Welcome back to Labatt Park. As promised, the first inning will come our way. Dylan, they're still doing a little bit of a shake hands there with the Special Olympics and the law enforcement. Of course, we cannot hustle them off the field when it's for a good cause. We do await the start of this game in what is hopefully going to be an exciting game here for the Majors and the Barrie Baycats.
Yeah, for sure. The crowd would certainly like it to be an exciting game as the Majors play host to the Barrie Baycats, top team in the IBL, on Canada Day. Looks like they are getting off the field now. A few of the players are just finally giving them high fives, shaking hands. Juliandre Higuera is certainly ready to go as he is leading his Majors as they're about to go out onto the field.
Higuera, of course, we talked about the competitor he is. Will be looking to lead the Majors to a victory here. One man can't do it all. If there's a game where one man can't do it all, it's baseball. But Higuera is going to try to do his best to lead this Majors team as he heads out there on the field and gets set to face this Barrie lineup.
Yeah, Higuera will try to carry his team to a victory here. And if there's a guy that can do it, it's him. He is a tremendously talented left-handed arm, great off-speed stuff, a very good fastball as well. Interesting to see today. An interesting thing to watch will be how he pitches to Larry Balkwell. Obviously, Larry, new to the team, just getting to know Higuera. Interesting to see if the chemistry is there in Game 1.
Yeah, we'll wait and see how that chemistry is. Of course, they've had a few days now at least to get used to each other and meet with each other on the road and get used to being around each other. But it's totally different, Dylan, when you now have to expect this man to call your game and know what pitches you kind of like to throw. So, like you mentioned, interesting to see how the chemistry works here for their first game as the battery.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? Higuera's trusting his game in the hands of Larry Balkwell behind the plate. So obviously it's tough for a guy you just got to know, but Higuera has had time to throw side sessions, to throw a bullpen or two in the past, so Larry Bockwell knows him pretty well, and he knows Larry pretty well, so hopefully that can lead to success on the mound here today.
We're certainly going to hope it does. As mentioned, just getting set to start the game. For those of you joining us late, we thank you for sticking through. In Dylan's pregame show, of course, bringing you our thoughts on the game, the starting lineups, the IBL scores and standings, of course, many more. If you have any suggestions of anything else you'd like to see during the pregame show or anything else throughout the broadcast, feel free to let us know here. You can reach out to either myself or Dylan on any of our social media pages, or just reach out to the London Majors in general. Dylan set to go here, as in to lead things off here, Connor Morrow for the Barrie Baycats.
Yeah, we're finally ready for baseball here, and Juliandre Higuera is probably one of the better people to watch if you're a fan right now on Canada Today. Could not have picked a better pitcher to go.
Higuera out there on the mound, of course. The London Majors wearing their Canada Day uniforms today. First pitch outside at 6:18, and we are underway here from Labatt on this holiday Monday. Has a look, checks his side, comes to the plate there. Called strike. Moves the count to 1-1 here as he gets right back into it.
Juliandre Higuera tends to fall behind a little bit in counts, but he bounces back very quickly.
The 1-1 delivery from Higuera, swing and a miss at the plate there by Morrow. It moves the count to 1-2.
This is the first time that Juliandre Higuera is facing the Barrie Baycats, so it'll be interesting to see how they do against a fresh face and a talented one like Juliandre.
Interesting to see that Higuera's first matchup against the Baycats. The 1-2 pitch is in the dirt. Gets past Bockwell, but it's not swung at, so it moves the count to 2-2 here as it's evened up. At least a couple thousand fans here in attendance on this holiday Monday. The pitch to the plate, that one's fouled straight back into the screen. So the count will remain where it is.
Right now, if I'm Juliandre Higuera, right after seeing a fastball taken right back at the screen by Connor Morrow, I throw an off speed because he is clearly right on the fastball.
Seen a few fastballs here on 2 strikes. Bockwell is set up inside on the 2-2. Off-speed pitch hit the other way. Right field chasing after it and making the grab out there in right is going to be Reichstein, the first out of the ball game.
And I don't know if you could hear it there on the stream, but the fans were very excited to see that ball was caught. And you heard some oohs and ahs when it was originally hit. That's something you're going to hear a lot today, as it is a packed house here, and a great start for Juliandre Higuera.
So Higuera grabs the first out of the ball game on a fly out to right. And that will now bring up Sheldon Rodriguez here for the Baycats. That one hit on the ground. It's a fair ball as it gets past Froze diving at third. Rodriguez will turn and head to 2. He's going to be on with a 1-out double.
The off-speed pitch there didn't work for Juliandre Higuera. I guess Starlin Rodriguez has read the book on Higuera that he likes to use that breaking ball, and he was looking for it early in the count, ripped it down the third base line. Great dive by Steve Froze over there, almost coming up with it. Unfortunately, he missed it. Now you get a very, very tough bat in Jordan Castaldo.
We talked about him in the pregame show. The best bat on this Baycats lineup. One of the best in the IBL. Good news here is the matchup works in favor for the Majors, although with Castaldo at the plate, we'll see if the matchup means anything to him. He hits lefties just as well as he hits the right-hander. Higuera has a check at 2, comes to the plate. First pitch is going to miss, 1-0.
The lefty-on-lefty matchups haven't really seemed to affect Jordan Castaldo too much this year. He's batting .508, so clearly he can hit pitches from both sides.
A 1-0 here as Higuera will come to the plate, leg kick. It's across for a strike here. Evens it up at 1-1 on the Baycats number 3 hitter in Jordan Castaldo.
Yeah, and as we mentioned earlier, Higuera tends to get behind hitters a little bit early in counts, but right there, bouncing back with the fastball, not afraid of Jordan Castaldo's bat.
Couple looks over to the plate, blocked up by Bockwell as it's in the dirt on 1-1. Count moves now in more favor of Jordan Castaldo, 2-1.
Yeah, and the thing about falling behind in counts, especially to a guy like Castaldo, you never want to get him into a hitter's count, which seems to be where he is right now. Still not deep enough into that hitter's count for it to be impossible for Garrett to work out of. It's just going to be tough right now.
Comes to the plate here. That one is low as Bockwell picks it up out of the dirt. So it moves to a 3-1 count here. Don't be surprised if you see Higuera kind of work around Castaldo here. Although waiting right behind him, Kyle DeGrace, another big bat for this Baycats team.
Yeah, and DeGrace a very good bat, but if there's a guy you want to work around, it is Jordan Castaldo.
Pitch, that one is going to miss. Castaldo will walk here to put runners at first and second with just one out here in the inning for the Baycats.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, they seem to be working around Castaldo there. Now you got first and second, so the double play is back in order with Kyle DeGrace at the plate. And don't be shocked if Higuera works down to hopefully get a ground ball that can be turned easily.
He'll try his best to roll that double play ball here with one out. Of course, the middle infielders playing there too. The double play depth. Time called. As Higuera was already into his windup there, but he'll have to redo. Interesting as well. Dylan, we see Mike Ambrose, or at least he was at the start of the at-bat. He was playing over near first base, watching for either the bunt or just to keep Castaldo close. Here's the pitch to DeGrace across for a strike, 0-1.
Yeah, and maybe to keep Castaldo close because you never want a guy taking too big of a lead over there, because of the fact that if the ball gets hit into the outfield, you don't want him advancing to an extra base. So possibly trying to keep Castaldo close.
Pitch from Higuera. That one catches the outer edge. Quickly 0-2 here. So he works ahead to Kyle DeGrace, designated hitter for the Baycats. And on 0-2, we'll see what he comes with here. Does he throw him a strike or does he waste the pitch?
Not sure, but he's done a good job of coming right after him, even with his spot in the order.
0-2 was low, blocked up by Bockwell. So the count moves to 1-2 now.
He went low. Does he maybe come back with a high fastball here? I think it wouldn't be a bad idea on a guy like Kyle DeGrace, who has a ton of power and likes to try and send balls for a ride.
He went away with the first two pitches, catching the outer edge. We'll see what he goes to here. The 1-2 pitch. Just outside. Both Bockwell and Higuera thought it might have caught the edge, but they don't get the call. 2-2.
Yeah, and that one just missed the outside corner. Higuera thought it was strike three, and obviously he wanted that as being the competitor and the strikeout pitcher that he is. Just missing. Now on 2-2, you're still a strike away from getting the second out.
Higuera looks, comes to the plate. That one's hit hard over top of Arteaga at short into left field. They're going to hold up Rodriguez at third, so the bases will be loaded here with one out in the top of the first inning.
And not exactly the start Julian Higuera and the majors were looking for, as that one was a line drive just over the glove of Carlos Arteaga. And that can benefit the majors, and it did benefit the majors in the sense that Starlin Rodriguez had to hold at second base and to make sure that Carlos didn't make the play, so he was unable to come around to score.
So that'll bring up to the plate here Stevie Lewis, right fielder for Barrie, and he has the bases loaded and one out. Pitch from Higuera. That one catches the outer edge there. Quickly 0-1 as he works ahead. Higuera once again here. Works quick. Leg kick on the mound to the plate. Swing and a miss from Lewis. 0-2 here as he works ahead 0-2 for another batter.
Yeah, and you can see right there, Higuera clapped his hands together. It's something that he loves to do, to blow a fastball right by a guy like Stevie Lewis.
The 0-2 pitch here. Higuera to the plate. That one's hit on the ground. It gets through a base hit. They're going to go 90 feet. as a run comes in to score here, and the Baycats have the first run of the ball game.
Yeah, that one was hit pretty soft. Interesting to see that Steve Rose did not dive to get that ball. Probably thinking about a runner coming to third, so he got up, or he went straight to the bag. Luckily, it wasn't hit too far, so Izzy Pena was able to get there quickly and hold Jordan Castaldo at third base. The bases are still loaded. Force play is anywhere.
So the force still, of course, in order. Higuera got himself the ground ball, but it was possibly in the worst location as it just finds the hole, squeaks past, and it's a base hit. The first pitch inside here as the count moves to 1-0 here.
If you're Higuera right now, you can't be too focused on just getting a strike over the plate. You still have to finesse the batters because this is a very talented Barrie Baycats lineup.
That 1-0 is across on the off-speed pitch. A good location by Higuera. Moves it to 1-1. Look to the plate. That one's hit the other way. Right field. Reichstein after it. It's a fair ball. He makes the grab. Throw home is going to be offline and off the glove of Ambrose at first. So another run will come in to score. Score it a sac fly, and the Baycats have a 2-0 lead.
Good job by Byron tracking that ball down. Made a strong throw. Interesting to see that Kyle DeGrace did not attempt to get up to third there on the sac fly, and you could tell he was apologizing to his third base coach there and to Stevie Lewis, who was ahead of him behind him, at first base. So interesting to see that he did not tag up. Now the Baycats have runners at first and second instead of possibly first and third, or maybe even second and third.
I'll bring up Ramfy Infante. The Barrie Baycats center fielder with 2 outs. Pair of runners on. First pitch misses outside. 1-0. Baycats out in front to an early 2-0 lead here on Canada Day. Sac fly and an RBI single. Here is the pitch low in the dirt. Count moves to 2-0. Higuera trying to work through the first inning here. A little bit of trouble. That one in the dirt as well. A 3-0 count now. And Higuera looks like he's just struggling with his command a little bit now after getting a few hits through the infield.
3-0, you got 2 outs. You got to come right after Branfy Infante. It's not like he's Jordan Castaldo up there. He's the 7-hitter. You got to come right after him, throw him some strikes.
He does on 3-0. It's across the zone for a strike. Moves it back to 3-1 here. Higuera now into the bottom of this Baycats order with Branfy Infante. And he comes at the 3-1 pitch. That one's fouled off, out of play. So it'll hit the stands and move the count to 3-2. Dylan, like you mentioned, on the 3-0, he's come right at him now. He's got to do the same on 3-2. Just try to beat him.
Yeah, for sure. And Infante showed on the last pitch he is not quite caught up to the fastball. So maybe he comes with it here again on 3-2.
3-2 pitch from Higuera. Runners off. That one is low in the dirt. And it's going to be a 2-out walk to load the bases here for the Baycats. Bockwell will come out to the mound to talk to Higuera. But the bases will be loaded with 2 outs here. The Baycats still pressing.
Yeah, and while the Baycats are still pressing, there are 2 outs. So if you're Julian Higuera, you got to know one pitch gets you out of this inning, and that's what Larry Bockwell's trying to tell him out there on the mound. Bases are loaded. You've got 1 out to get. One good pitch gets you out of this inning. Focus on throwing strikes to Carson Burns here.
Keep it at a 2-run deficit is likely what Bockwell's kind of chatting about out there. If you can keep it at just the 2, give your chance to score some runs, get the bats going. Of course, the bats for this Majors team have been pretty good. We saw the 4 home runs yesterday. The first pitch here, that one's hit on the ground. Foul ball just to the right of the first base bag. So he gets up on him, although a loud foul ball.
And Julian Chiguera's lucky on that one that it wasn't fair, because that could have scored 2, maybe even 3 runs on an extra base hit there.
Nonetheless, it's an 0-1 count with a pair of outs and the bases loaded. Still here in the top of the first inning. Chiguera looking to get the majors onto the bats for the first time. Now time called at the plate there. And a mound visit.
Interesting to see that Larry Balquill's coming out here. Maybe unclear on the signs. That's what we were talking about a little bit. Higuera's first time working with him, and Higuera was telling him what he wanted to throw. So it seemed there was no real issue. Even though that ball was fouled off hard, they wanted to get on the same page out there on the mound.
As mentioned, the bottom of this Baycats order, but can still hit the ball, so can't exactly just go right at that pitch hit. But it will be a foul ball as it's pulled way to right. And 0-2 is the count now.
Blasted by Carson Burns over at the plate there, but he was clearly way early on it. So maybe if you're Higuera, you go with another off-speed pitch here and hope that he's still ahead of it and you get a strikeout.
It's an 0-2 pitch. As Higuera grabs his sign, Bockwell moves and sets up outside. Off-speed pitch, called strike 3. Higuera gets the punch out to end the frame, but the Baycats will grab the first 2 runs of the ball game. We'll go to the bottom half with the majors set to bat. Dylan, they need to get some runs going.
Yeah, and it is the first time they're seeing Santos Arias, which is going to be interesting. The Baycats did pretty well against Julian Higuera for the first time that they've seen them. So if you're the majors, hit the fastball, because that off-speed pitch is nasty, and it's the pitch that Arias likes to use to get his strikeouts.
We'll look at the line score there. The Baycats grabbing 2 runs on 3 hits. And that is what the majors will have to try to dig out of here in the bottom half of the first inning. We talked about the majors lineup coming into the ball game. A few switch-arounds in the order there. Yuki Yasuda will be the first man to greet Arias out there at the dish, followed by Miles Miller and Ismael Pena. We would love to see both Yuki and Miles get on base, Dylan, to try and start this rally.
Yeah, and it was good to see the root moved Miles up in the order, because he can also work as an offensive catalyst with his speed. So good to see that Miles is up near the top of the order there, and he'll hopefully get on base for the big guns in Izzy Pena, Cleveland Brownlee, and Byron Reichstein.
And of course, we talked about the man on the mound there for the Barrie Baycats, Santos Arias, 4-1 with a 2.53 ERA, 39 innings pitched, 33 strikeouts. So he's going to be not exactly the easiest walk around the block this afternoon for the majors. I mean, you look at the rotation that this Baycats team has, Dylan, and you kind of think that you're getting a break when you don't have to face Salcedo, Guerrero, but here they have Arias, and it's going to be a tough battle at the plate every at-bat.
Yeah, it will, and you mentioned won't be an easy walk. Speaking of walks, his strikeout-to-walk ratio is 33-8. He does not walk very many guys. A good strike thrower, so hit the ball early in counts, hit the strike, don't let him get to the off-speed. And like you mentioned, Noah, he's not Adrian Salcedo or Emilis Guerrero, but he is still a very good arm out there on the mound, and you're never really out of the woods when you face a Barrie starter.
The one thing the majors can count, hopefully their fans, to keep them in the game here, keep the energy alive, and to do that here, at least get some runners on base, some big hits, and try to push across a few runs early if they can. As mentioned, Yuki Yasuda will be the man to greet him, and here he comes now with majors set the bat in the bottom of the first. So Yasuda comes to the plate here and gets set to face off against Arias, who is ready to go on the mound. The big righty for this Barrie Baycats team. Bottom of the first inning here at Labatt Park. First pitch from Arias. Yasuda takes first strike one, 0-1 quickly.
Yuki Yasuda, you got to make sure that you get on base here, because the majors need base runners, they need hits, and Yasuda, a great offensive catalyst, is a guy that can do that.
Goes into the windup here, and the delivery to the plate. Yasuda fouls that one off at home plate. So quickly falls behind 0-2, but he is a very good two-strike hitter.
He most certainly is, and one thing I'm noticing just now from Santos Arias, the movement he has on the fastball. It's not just a straight four-seamer. He's got a lot of movement on that pitch, and he loves to use that to his advantage.
0-2 delivery outside will miss and move the count to 1-2 here on the London Majors leadoff man, Yuki Yasuda, who since coming to this London Majors squad has been a feature at the top of the order. That one misses low in the dirt, 2-2.
And right there we saw it again where it just sails outside to righties and in on lefties. Ton of movement on that fastball from Arias. Interesting to see how he uses that throughout the ballgame.
Loves to mix it up as well with a few other pitches. The 2-2 pitch. There is to the plate. Yasuda swings and misses. It's a strikeout to start the game here for Barrie, and the first out of the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, not exactly the start Majors fans were hoping for with Yasuda striking out, but now you got Miles Miller, guy who went 2 for 4 yesterday. Interesting to see how he performs at home here against Barrie, and Arias is a very, very tough arm. The Baycats really don't have one arm that stands out to you and you're like, you know what, we can beat that guy. Every single one of their starting pitchers is a quality arm, and we saw it right there, striking out one of the better two-strike hitters in this Majors order in Yuki Yasuda.
The look as Miller drives that one down the right field line, and it will hook and go foul, 0-1. Miller, of course, a good bat, good speed, and good defensively, but up in that two-hole after a good day yesterday afternoon in Toronto. Arias has a look here, grabs his sign, and goes into the windup here on 0-1. To the plate, Miller takes that one low. Count moves to 1-1.
Miles Miller in that 2 spot, and why not after the game he had yesterday, a very, very good performance. Why not move him up in the order?
Hits that one. Right center field, chasing after it. It's over the head of the center fielder. Miller takes a turn. He's at 2. He's going to 3, and he's not stopping. Diving into third base with a 1-out triple, and that is why he is moved up in the order.
Oh, it most certainly is, Noah. Miles Miller, a ton of speed that we were talking about in the pregame. We saw it there getting a triple and absolutely scorching a ball into the right center field gap, just out of reach of the center fielder, Branfi Infante. And now you got a runner at third for the heart of the order in Izzy Pena.
It's amazing how much speed can change ball games, Dylan. There's not another major that will turn that into a triple other than Miles Miller, and he does that, puts himself 90 feet away with just 1 out here in the heart of the Majors order. As the pitch from Arias comes here to Izzy Pena, off speed and called a strike, 0-1.
Izzy probably wanted to take a pitch there, look at what Arias features, and Arias threw him an off speed, not even a fastball on the first pitch of the AB there.
Pitch here from Arias outside to Pena. Count moves to 1-1. Izzy, of course, still off to a great start this season. The 1-1 delivery to the plate. Pena hits that one, right field, not overly deep. It is dropped out in right field, no catch. Miller in to score. And we'll see what it's ruled likely an error, but Pena's going to bring in a run for the Majors here, 2-1.
So what an odd play there. Stevie Lewis chased after that ball in right field, and it ended up falling. It was in his glove and then out. A long run for him. Looked like he caught it below his knees, right around his shins, and that is obviously a very tough catch to make. Izzy winds up at first on what is likely to be ruled an error, and interesting to see how that may impact this inning because a run scored there, and all of a sudden it's 2-1 after what is going to be ruled an error.
Now on that play, Miller is going to score either way from third base with his speed, but like you mentioned, Dylan, it kind of changes the inning around now as you bring Cleveland Brownlee up to the plate with a runner on and 1 out instead of nobody on and 2 outs in the inning. As the big man gets set to bat here, the pitch, that one off speed inside, called a strike, 0-1. We mentioned the big day he had yesterday at Christie Pitts.
Yeah, 2 home runs for Cleve. Really good to see.
The 0-1 delivery, Brownlee pops that one up. Foul ball as it will get out of play over top of us. Moves the count to 0-2 on the major slugger.
Seems I say this quite a bit, but Cleveland was looking to hit his 3rd home run in 2 days there. He always takes a big cut when he's at the plate.
Brownlee known to have those big cuts. Of course, he is a big man at the plate there as well. An 0-2 count as Arias, no check at 1, comes straight to Cleveland. Swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch. So Brownlee is down on strikes for the second out of the bottom of the 1st inning.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about earlier in the game, where you can't allow Arias to get to the off-speed pitch because it is just filthy, and Cleveland saw it firsthand there.
I'll bring up Byron Reichstein. Himself looking to get back into a groove. Went through a stretch of a few games there where just wasn't seeing the ball the same, but seems to be getting back into it here. Now is a chance to at least extend this inning for the majors. 2 outs and a runner on first. Off-speed pitch for the first pitch is across for a strike. 0-1 here on Reichstein.
Yeah, and Byron doubled in the rain-shortened game on Friday and then hit a home run yesterday at Christie Pitts, so he is hopefully going to get back into that groove.
To the plate, fouled off by Reichstein. As that one goes to the backstop, and it's 0-2 quickly. We talked about it, Dylan. He struggled a little bit Wednesday, so almost a week ago in Brantford. And then you talked about his Friday, got it back into it, and then, of course, the home run yesterday, so he's looking a lot better. Here is the 0-2 delivery from Arias to the plate. Reichstein hits that one. Left center field coming in. Branfi Infante, he doesn't see it in the sun. Pena will take a turn and head to third. He's upstanding. Reichstein into second base.
Branfi Infante there on a line drive that might have been routine. He lost that ball in the sun. You can see the shadows starting to creep over the field. The sun is beating right down on the center fielder, and Branfi Infante simply lost that ball in the sun. He was falling backwards as he tried to make the play. So that ball ended up in his legs, and Santos Arias seems quite frustrated actually after that play. Oddly frustrated for a starting pitcher. But now you got 2 runners on with 2 outs, and it's going to be ruled a hit for Byron Reichstein.
It will be ruled a hit, but of course, if you're Arias on the mound, you want that ball to be caught. You think you should have 4 outs in the inning by now, the way it's going. But you have 2, and now you got to get through Bockwell with a pair of runners in scoring position. Off-speed pitch, across for a strike, 0-1 to Bockwell.
Larry, so far in his majors tenure in 2019, he's struggling a little bit. Would love to get his first RBI here.
Pitch as Bockwell takes the off-speed pitch. This one's inside, however. Moves the count to 1-1, a more favorable count for him. Arias has a look. Sets up, comes to the plate here. Bockwell hits that one on the ground over to third base. Picked up. Strong throw across the diamond is in time to get Bockwell coming down the line, but the majors will pick up a run, a few more hits, and a couple miscues on the behalf of the Barrie Baycats, but the score now 2-1 as we go to the second inning here on Majors TV. Back on the call when we return.
Chances are, if you've been out to a London Majors game this season, then you've noticed all the advertisements around the field. If you're wondering how you can get your business involved, then reach out to us and we can put you in touch with Angela at angela@londonmajors.com. We can help you find innovative ways to help your business grow with the London Majors.
Welcome back to London Majors TV coverage of the London Majors, taking on the Barrie Baycats on this Canada Day weekend, and we are through one inning of play here on this holiday Monday. Dylan, an exciting first inning as well on both sides of the bat.
It most certainly was. Barrie scoring 2 in their half, and the Majors coming right back scoring 1, almost scoring 2. They had 2 runners in scoring position there, but unfortunately they could not plate more than just the 1, but 3 runs in the first inning of a ball game is pretty fun.
So we go, as mentioned, to the top half of the second inning, as the Baycats will look to try and get that run back that they had surrendered in the bottom half of the first inning. On a gorgeous day, the stands just keep filling up here at Labatt Park. The pitch from Higuera, that one is across for a strike, quickly 0-1.
Parker Walker, the only man that did not get a chance to hit in the big Baycats first inning. Top of the order follows him.
Look to the plate here from Higuera. That one's a defensive swing at the plate there, 0-2. We've seen Higuera get up 0-2 a couple times now, Dylan, and would love to put away Walker here to start the inning and get off to a good start here in the top half of the second.
Will be great to see because he's only struck out 1 batter on a few 0-2 counts.
Pitch hit on the ground, tough play. Arteaga across, running throw over to 1 in time. Gets the out there on a beautiful play from Carlos, ranging across the infield. And Walker is retired for the first out here of the top of the second.
Absolutely gorgeous play there by Carlos Arteaga, having to charge in pretty hard. Made the play on the run throw to first, and it got Parker Walker. Obviously the catcher running, but Walker runs pretty well for a catcher. So great play by Carlos there, 1 away.
In terms of catchers getting down the line, Walker gets down pretty quickly, so a good first out there for the Majors and Higuera here in the top of the second inning. Connor Morrow now up to bat. First pitch to him is also there, across, 0-1.
Morrow was the first out of that long first inning, lining out to Byron in right field.
Yeah, they did also get the first out in that first inning as well. That one is across for a strike here, so for the second straight batter, Higuera's up 0-2.
And that's good to see. He didn't get up 0-2 on Starlin Rodriguez in the first inning, so good to see that he's up 0-2 on Connor Morrow here, and hopefully trying to put him away and get the second out.
The 0-2 delivery to the plate up high, so he'll take that one fairly easily, 1-2. A little bit of a waste pitch there.
Yeah, it was a waste pitch from Higuera. Now you come back maybe with an off-speed pitch away from him, hoping to get something, hoping to get a swing and a miss.
1-2 delivery to the plate here. Off speed is low. Picked up by Bockwell, but no swing at the plate from Morrow. Evens up at 2-2. Higuera looking to, as mentioned, try to get the second out of the inning here after a not ideal start in the top half of the first. The 2-2 pitch. That one's up high. A bit too much and moves the count to full now.
So the finesse pitches that Higuera has used have not worked out well, so he will look to throw a strike here and hopefully get Connor Morrow to watch it in, as from 0-2 he went to 3-2, which is never a good thing.
The pitch, 0-2. That one off speed, popped up over to third. Froze battling the sun, but he makes the catch right on the line there behind third base. And quickly here, 2 outs in the top of the second.
Good to see that Higuera jammed Morrow enough that he looped one to Steve Froze. And Froze did a good job of battling the sun, something that Branfrey Infante could not do out in center field. And Santos Arias will certainly tell you that, as he was quite frustrated on the mound. But Froze did a good job of playing that ball through the sun, making the grab for the second out.
It looked like he was expecting something other than the off-speed pitch as he took it in on the hands. That one off speed as well to start the at-bat, but it misses, ball 1. Just by the look of the swing of Morrow, he was way out on it, on a pitch that was inside. Swing and a miss there from Rodriguez. 1-1 the count.
Starlin Rodriguez was not expecting that Higuera would come with 3 straight off-speed pitches after going off-speed to finish off Morrow, throwing the first pitch as an off-speed, missing, going 3 straight. He was off balance.
pitch here. That one swung on, missed, 1-2.
Higuera with a lively fastball, used it to his advantage there.
Crowd trying to get behind Higuera here. He's got a 1-2 count with a pair of outs in the inning. The off speed to the plate's outside. So it evens up now at 2-2. Trying to grab his sign from Bockwell. See if they can get on the same page. Sets up the 2-2 delivery to the plate. That one hit the opposite way over the grandstand in right as it gets out of play, a foul ball.
Now, Noah, if you're Higuera, do you come with an off-speed away? Do you come with a fastball here?
We've seen him go with the off-speed to finish off Morrow as well. I gotta suspect he might come with it. Bockwell sets up in. The pitch from Higuera. That one hit center field. Right there. Dives. Makes the catch. Miller in center. And the side is retired here in order.
Play by Miles Miller out in center field, battling the sun, got low enough that he could still see the ball, and fell, making a great grab to retire the side.
We saw him battle the sun there, much like Brantfee and Fonte did for the Barrie Baycats in the bottom half of the first inning. However, Miller there to make the grab, stumbling a little bit. But he comes up with it, the third out of the inning here, and the Majors will get set to try to keep this momentum going here as they go to the bat in the bottom of the second inning.
Yeah, the Majors would love to ride that momentum there. A 3-up, 3-down inning against the Baycats. They'd love to continue what they did in the first inning as well and score some more runs here.
For the Majors, they'll send some pretty good bats up to the dish here to lead things off, including the man there that, as we mentioned in the pregame show, Dylan, is looking for career IBL hit number 200, and a special candidate bat as well that he's using today. As mentioned, Albo bats a bunch of custom bats out here for the Majors today. His looks especially impressive, and he's going to look to do something impressive with it as well.
Yeah, for sure. Mike is a hit away from 200, and he is using a very nice bat today. And interesting to see how he does with it. He would love to get his 200th hit with a bat like that.
So we'll see what happens here with Mike Ambrose as he gets set to bat, as mentioned. Arias back on the mound for the Baycats. Gave up a run in the bottom half of the first on 2 hits. A couple of miscues out in the outfield. Possibly struggling with the sun. So we'll see if they can change that here in the bottom half of the second inning, bottom of the order for the Majors.
Bottom of the order coming up, but we see Mike Ambrose is a hit away from 200. He's been hot lately. Carlos Artiega, who's usually at the top of the order, good guy to have at the bottom of the order. He can also start a rally, hopefully, and he'll be looking to do that here. And Steve Froese, who is doing pretty well, will look to do the same.
So Mike Ambrose in to lead things off here. As mentioned, as we go now to the bottom of the second inning. And the Majors looking to keep some of that momentum that they had going here. Ambrose taking some time to get settled in there at the plate. Face off against Arias. First pitch is an off-speed pitch. Breaks into the zone and calls a strike, 0-1 on Ambrose. Quickly set on the mound, looks, comes to the plate. Ambrose fouls that one off. Out of play and quickly 0-2.
Mike Ambrose, you can't get fooled by the off-speed here and still look for that fastball because that's your best shot at getting a hit off of Santos Arias.
So Arias looks in on 0-2 here. Comes to the plate. Ambrose swings. That one is a strikeout here to start the inning. So a good start to the inning for Santos Arias. And the first out of the bottom of the second.
It was the same start that we saw in the first inning. A strikeout of Yuki Yasuda, and then Miles Miller hit a triple. I'm not suggesting that Carlos is going to hit a triple here, but he's a good guy to have at the plate after a strikeout, hopefully sparking a rally.
Carlos, of course, you don't like to see someone like Carlos, who is such a good hitter in the top of your order, move down to this spot, but Dylan, it kind of breaks up where you can get rallies started here in innings when you have someone like Carlos, who's normally a top-of-the-order hitter, hitting this low in the lineup. It's almost like you can really kick things started a little bit early, as that one's across for a strike, 0-1.
Yeah, and it's good to see that you have good hitters at the bottom of your order, because now you have power or on base spread throughout your lineup.
Pitch here is comes set. Arteaga hits that one center field. It'll get down in front of Infante. So it's not a triple like Miller, but it's a base hit. On Arteaga will have a one-out base runner here for the Majors.
That's exactly what we were talking about. Carlos, a good guy to get on base. He lines that one right back up the middle, and now the Majors have a base runner with one out, just like they did in the first inning. Steve Froese, the 9 batter, but in the top of the order is right after him, and Steve Froese is no prototypical 9 batter. He is a very good bat at the plate.
Steve Froese, one of the guys that we've seen hit higher in the order as well throughout this season, so batting in this 9-hole can certainly try to at least get a base hit here, extend the inning. Yasuda stands on deck. Arteaga at first with a fairly big lead. He's at the cutout of the grass. Not off. First pitch missing. Ball 1.
Steve Froese, a very patient bat at the plate. Maybe a guy you would like to run with, because he does not swing at the bad pitch, and maybe an off speed that Arias likes to throw will allow Arteaga to move up to second.
Arias has a look. Arteaga off. That one popped up in the air on the infield. Arteaga will have to rush back to first, but by the time that ball gets down and is caught at first base, he'll get back. So the second out there on a pop-up by Froese, which will bring Yasuda to the plate.
Not exactly what you wanted to see on a hit and run, but you know what? It happens. It's a pop-up. Castaldo was there to make the play, and now you still got Carlos at first. You got 2 outs for Yuki.
So now Yuki Yasuda to the plate. As mentioned for the Majors. To the plate. First pitch missing, 1-0. Yasuda last time up, the strikeout. Has a look. Not checking on Arteaga to the plate. Yasuda hits that one on the ground, but foul. So 1-1 is the count.
If you're Yuki, you got to move Carlos up to second base, get a ground ball to the outfield here, hopefully, and maybe Carlos can even move up to third with his speed, but you can't be trying to do too much.
So Arias on the mound there. Will grab his sign from Walker. No look to 1 to the plate here. That one catches the edge of the plate for Yasuda. 1-2 is the count.
Yuki, a very patient bat at the plate. Obviously, he thought that one was outside, and didn't get the call he wanted there. 1-2. Yuki, usually a very good 2-strike hitter.
Pitch off to second is Arteaga, but he's in sliding without a throw as the pitch was in the dirt, so he'll advance to second.
That will likely be ruled a stolen base for Carlos Arteaga, since they might have had a shot at him, but the catcher, Parker Walker, bobbled the ball. So Carlos is at second. He's in scoring position. Now a ball to the outfield. Might just get a run home.
The 2-2 pitch to Yuki Yasuda. Arias has a look at 2. Comes to the plate. Yasuda hits that one. Left field. It'll drop. Arteaga around. He'll be upstanding. Yuki Yasuda has an RBI single. And the game is tied at 2.
RBI single for Yuki Yasuda. We mentioned that ball, if it was hit into the outfield, would score a run with Carlos' speed, and it did. So a genius move, sending Carlos there, getting him on the run, getting him to second base. So he was in scoring position for Yuki, who lined a ball into left field, and the left fielder was actually playing a little bit in, but that ball fell in, and it was a single for Yuki. So the ball game is tied here in the second inning.
Yasuda is a very good top-of-the-order bat, but he can hit the ball hard. Does there, and he's on base with 2 outs. Yasuda with a fake steal at 1, pitches outside for a ball, 1-0. Miles Miller, Yasuda's off the 2, off-speed pitch. He takes the throw down. Yasuda's in sliding. A stolen base, and now in scoring position for Miles Miller.
You know, Miles Miller is not the only guy who can run. Yuki Yasuda and Carlos Artiega showing that they can steal some bases too. Now another runner in scoring position for a hot bat in Miles Miller. 1-1 count as that pitch was right down the middle. Probably got the take sign with Yasuda running. So now Yuki's at second. And another good RBI spot for a Majors hitter.
So Miller has a chance to drive in a run here. Triple his last time up to the plate. Miller fouls that one off. And into the parking lot at Labatt here, 1-2.
Miles a bit late on the fastball there. He'll be looking to maybe get going a little bit earlier and get a ball into the outfield. Get a ball hard on the ground, maybe. We'll take a triple, too.
We'll see what they come with on 1-2 to Miles Miller. Yasuda still stands on second base. Dancing around a little bit there. A quick look. Now to the plate. Pitch is fouled off by Miller. So we'll have to redo the 1-2.
Miller protecting the plate there on 1-2. That pitch was inside. Might have been called a ball, but you never know. Good job by him protecting and fouling that one off.
One interesting thing, Dylan, you got to love the at-bats from Miller right now. Some good swings he's putting on balls. And here comes another 1-2. Arias checks to the plate. Miller fouls that one off again. Another good at-bat for him here as we'll have to redo the 1-2.
Yeah, Miller has had wonderful at-bats with the Majors so far. He's been taking a lot of pitches. He's been hitting a lot of balls into the outfield. He's been fouling a lot of balls off. He's been very, very good so far.
Arias looks to Yasuda at 2. Leg kick and comes to the plate. Miller fouls that one straight back to the screen. So we'll redo it once more.
Good job by Miles, really working Santos Arias here, and we've seen that Arias can get flustered out there on the mound, so good on him to foul a lot of balls off, and hopefully it will lead to something good.
Everyone catching their breath a little bit. Miller sets up in that batter's box, slightly crouched. Arias checks 2, comes to the plate here. That one's hit right field. Battling with the sun, coming in. Tough play to make and making the grab. Coming over all the way from second base to make that catch is Starlin Rodriguez, and the inning is over here. But the Majors pick up a run on an RBI single from Yuki Yasuda, and we go to the third inning here in London, tied at 2.
Chances are, if you've been out to a London Majors game this season, then you've noticed all the advertisements around the field. If you're wondering how you can get your business involved, then reach out to us and we can put you in touch with Angela at angela@londonmajors.com. We can help you find innovative ways to help your business grow with the London Majors.
Welcome back here, top of the third inning at Labatt Park, as the Majors have battled back after giving up 2 runs in the top half of the first inning, scoring 1 run each in the bottom half of the first and bottom half of the second inning. Jordan Castaldo, the big bat here for Barrie, will lead things off against Juliandre Higuera in the top half of the third.
Big batter Jordan Castaldo leading off the inning. Heart of the order for the Baycats. Interesting to see how Julian Higuera attacks.
Bockwell sets up a little bit out. First pitch off speed. Cole the strike here on Jordan Castaldo. Quickly 0-1. He does a great job at getting ahead here, but really needs to put away some of these big batters with some key pitches. That one hit. Left field, shallow. Pena running after it. He's got to come a long way. It'll drop, a fair ball. So Castaldo will be on with a leadoff single, although that one's not hit very hard, and the Baycats start the top of the third with a base runner.
Yeah, and that is one of the most frustrating things as a pitcher. A little blooper. You know you executed your pitch. It was weak contact, but just a little pop-up, and it dropped in front of Izzy Pena in left field. So a base hit for Jordan Castaldo. He'll take it. You got a runner at first. You got Kyle DeGrace at the plate, a double play candidate. Work down, and maybe you get yourself 2 outs.
Dylan, got to be the most frustrating part about that is who gets that little base hit against you. It's one of the best hitters in the IBL, and that's the way he gets on base against you. Just shows that's how baseball works sometimes. The first pitch misses, so it's 1-0.
Most certainly is, and a base hit will certainly benefit Castaldo's already high average.
Swing and a miss there from Kyle DeGrace, who is the designated hitter today for Barrie. Count moves to 1-1 here with Castaldo on first base. Has a look. That one's up and in here on DeGrace, so the count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-one. Higuera looks but comes. Swing and a miss at the place there from Kyle DeGrace. And the count moves to 2-2.
Interesting to see if Higuera comes with an off-speed there. Got a fastball for a strike, 2-2 with 2 strikes. Higuera loves to use that off-speed to his advantage. It's very good. So maybe he comes with it here on 2-2.
Quick look to 1. Higuera to the plate. That one just missing out. It was a fastball, but it moves the count to full here at 3-2. An ultra important and a very big pitch coming here. Higuera comes set to the plate on 3-2. Swing and a miss there. Big punch out for Julian Higuera on Kyle DeGrace. 2 outs in the inning.
Great job there by Julian Higuera, blowing a fastball by the cleanup hitter Kyle DeGrace and getting the first out of the inning. So now a ground ball not only could get you a double play, but it could get you out of this inning. And it would be fantastic for that to happen with the heart of the order at the plate. No damage done.
No, pardon me there, Dylan. Calling it the second out. Getting ahead of myself. Just 1 out in the inning here, as you'll see on the scoreboard there. Bringing it up to the plate here, Stevie Lewis. With, as you mentioned, a chance to roll a double play ball with Castaldo still on 1. The pitch to the plate as that one's hit on the ground. Not hard. Higuera's over the plate. He shovels over to Ambrose at 1. So there is the second out of the inning. Castaldo moves to 2, but they get the second out.
Good job by Higuera there, getting off the mound, running and making a nice play. He thought about trying to apply the tag on Stevie Lewis, but he went to first instead, flipped it to Mike Ambrose for the second out. So runner is in scoring position, yes, but you do have 2 outs in the inning.
A lot of times, Dylan, you think it might be easier to just lay the tag on, but when you're tagging a runner, you can sometimes run into problems with the ball coming loose. So with lots of room, he decides to just shovel it over to Ambrose at first. They get the second out. And now we'll try to get through the third inning here. Has a look. Comes, set into the plate. That one's in the dirt. Gets past Bockwell and goes all the way to the backstop. So advancing over to third is Castaldo on a 1-0 count.
See, and that's an example of Larry's first time with Julian Higuera. Larry Bockwell does a phenomenal job of blocking pitches usually. But Higuera's off-speed breaks a lot more than the average pitch does. So he was fooled a little bit by that off-speed pitch. Got away. However, runner just moves up to third. Maybe a little bit more cautious now if you're Higuera.
A 1-0 count as the runner now 90 feet away. Off-speed pitch. That one popped up. But it will get out of play here as it lands on the roof here of the grandstand. Evens the count at 1-1. So he gets the count back to 1-1 as mentioned here, and not out of danger yet facing this Baycats lineup, but will look to try and get a ground ball, fly ball, or any way to get himself out of the inning. That one's fouled off, out of play. And now the count moves to 1-2.
1-2, Cowan seems to be right on that fastball from Julian Higuera. So if I'm him, I come with the off speed here. However, earlier in the ball game when I've said that he should come with the off speed, he has gone with the fastball. So it will be interesting to see what he goes with here on 1-2.
The 1-2 delivery, Higuera to the plate in the dirt. Bockwell will block it up, but the count will move to 2-2 now.
2-2 if you're Higuera. You can't be too frustrated by that. Still have 2 strikes on him, just didn't chase your waste pitch.
Bockwell sets up the 2-2 swing and a miss there. Big punch out for Julian Higuera, and he gets through his third inning with his third punch out of the ball game. We go to the bottom half of the third with the Majors looking to get another run across. They've scored in each of their first 2 at-bats, Dylan, and they've looked good at the plate.
They most certainly have, and they'll look to continue that. They've got the heart of their order leading things off. Izzy Pena, Cleveland Brownlee, Byron Reichstein due up in the bottom of the third inning for the Majors. They would love to continue their streak of scoring in every at-bat. They've scored in their first 2 so far.
So for the Majors, as mentioned, heart of their order is due up. Looking to try to push some runs across. Of course, big bats and big power bats for the Majors, and Arias will go out there looking to try and set them down as quickly as he can. Just 1 run, as mentioned, in each of the first innings here for the Majors to start the ball game. Yuki Yasuda with an RBI single, and then a dropped ball in right, or how the Majors have scored their runs. Welcome back here to the bottom of the third inning, and Ismael Pena to lead things off here for the London Majors. A good part of their order, Dylan, to try and get another run here. They've gotten to 2 runs on Arias already in the ball game, and Pena will look to try and get on base once more.
Yeah, he will, and he's been good for the Majors. You got the heart of your order leading you off in an inning you'd love to be a rally inning because you can take the lead here by scoring just 1 run. So good spot, good part of the order here.
Pena takes the first pitch low, so ball 1 to start the at-bat to him, 1-0 count. Takes that one as well. 2-0 quickly here, and Pena's got himself in a good count against Arias. That one breaks into the zone on an off-speed pitch, 2-1. Quick pace on the mound as well for Arias.
Yeah, and it seems when he's going from the windup, he loves to work quickly and keeps the hitters on their toes and ready to go.
2-1 pitch. Has a look. Comes to the plate. Swing and a miss from Pena. Count evens now at 2-2. Keeping that good pace up on the mound. Pena set in that left-hander's batter's box. Arias delivers to the plate. That one's inside. Pena takes it, and the count moves to full now.
Izzy Pena is such a patient guy at the plate. He does not get fooled by much.
Full count on the leadoff man. Off-speed pitch just out. Oh, no, called strike 3 there. Pena thought it was out. And he's called out on strikes to start the bottom of the third inning on a pitch that he and, including myself, Dylan, thought was a little bit outside, but called a strike for the first out.
Yeah, it looked a little bit outside, maybe even a little bit low from up here, but called strike 3 by Justin Snively behind the plate. So nothing you can really do there if you're Izzy Pena. Now you got Cleveland at the dish. Not too bad himself.
So that'll get a applause from the few thousand fans in attendance here on this Holiday Monday Canada Day game as Cleveland Brownlee comes to the plate. Brownlee hits that one. Left field. Watch it fly. That ball is gone. Cleveland Brownlee. Call it 100 in his fantastic majors career. That one is long gone.
Absolutely launched by Cleveland Brownlee, destroyed to left field. The left fielder did not even move. 100 on Canada Day with a 100 bat. Even the Majors bullpen is coming out to congratulate Cleveland. The crowd is going wild. That ball was destroyed over by the black fence in left field. Wow.
So ring it up on the scoreboard there for Cleveland Brownlee. A big shot for him has put the Majors out in front here. Dylan, it sends chills up your spine on ones like that.
Most certainly does. Canada Day hitting your 100th home run with a bat that says 100. Just crazy. Cleveland's insane.
That one across for a strike here as the thousands of fans and us included in the press box will have to calm down as Reichstein hits that one. Right field, it'll get into the gap, bounce up against the wall. Reichstein's going to go to 2, look 3, but he'll stay at second base. And the Majors getting to Arias here in the bottom of the third. Reichstein's on with a double.
Good on Byron there, keeping Arias rattled a little bit after giving up a home run. He jumps on that first pitch fastball, scorches it into the right center field gap. Wasn't going to get out, but it got down, and it was an extra base hit. Great to see there for the Majors. Another runner in scoring position, only one out. Larry Balquill has a great chance to score another run.
So Larry Balquill to the plate now here for the Majors. Looking to bring in another run here. It stands at second base, represented by Byron Reichstein after the double. Pitch. Balquill fouls that one off. 0-1 the count.
Balquill's got a great shot to drive home a run, first of 2019 for him, if he can do so.
Arias now working a little bit slower on the mound than he was earlier in the ball game. The 0-1 pitch to Balquill as he drives that one to left field. It's going to hook and go foul. Just out beyond the fence there and left, and an 0-2 count there as Balquill just split second in front of that one.
Yeah, if he can wait an extra second there, he can launch that one a long way. His best season in independent ball, he hit 20 home runs and had 68 RBI. So Larry's got a ton of power. He just has to wait a little bit longer there, and he drives that one.
Here is the 0-2 pitch here to Larry Balquill. Fastball just out. 1-2. A 1-2 count now on Balquill as Arias working here. Has a look to the plate. Balquill hits that one. Right field. Not overly deep. Reichstein back to tag. He will. He's off to third. Strong throw from right, but it's offline. Reichstein moves up to third on the second out here of the inning.
Yeah, very strong throw there from Stevie Lewis in right field. Luckily for the Majors, it was offline, so Byron was able to advance to third. Now the Majors have a runner at third with 2 outs for Mike Ambrose, who is also looking for his 200th hit in the ball game.
Now Mike Ambrose to the plate here, looking for another milestone here in the inning. The pitch to Ambrose, that one low, 1-0. Arias into the wind-up on the mound there, the 1-0 pitch to the plate. Ambrose hits that one on the ground, but it's foul, 1-1.
If you're Mike Ambrose, you've got to have it in the back of your mind that you're almost at 200 career hits, but you can't be trying to do too much against Santos Arias, a very, very strong arm out there on the mound.
It's got a 1-1 count here on Ambrose. The pitch to the plate. Ambrose hits that one down the left field line. It stays fair. Ambrose will round first and go to 2. And bring out the record books here as Ambrose has his 200th career IBL hit. The second milestone hit of the inning for the majors. It scores a run, and it's now 4-2.
Well, 2 milestones in one inning is something you don't see very often. Cleveland Brownlee hits his 100th career home run, and then Mike Ambrose with his 200th career hit, lining one hard down the left field line for a double, an RBI double as well. That one scored Byron, and now the majors are up by 2 in the third inning against a very strong Barrie Baycats team.
And don't stop the rally here as Carlos Arteaga will come up to the plate with a runner still in scoring position, Dylan. Arias on the mound. He's slowed down ever since that Cleveland home run as well.
Yeah, and normally I would say you can't let home runs affect you, but Arias has allowed that home run to affect him on the mound. He's slowed down. He's been trying to concentrate more, and he hasn't been the same guy we saw in the first 2 innings.
First pitch to Arteaga, across for a strike, 0-1. Ambrose hands on 2. Gets a quick look from Arias and to the plate here on 0-1 to Arteaga. It misses inside, 1-1.
Carlos loves taking that first pitch, but he's also a very patient hitter at the plate, taking ball 1 there on the inside corner. Does not allow himself to get cheated up there.
Pitch to the plate. Arteaga swings on the off-speed pitch. Count moves to 1-2 after that swing and a miss. Arias looking to try and work through the third inning. Pitch to the plate. Arteaga hits that one on the ground. Chopper over to short. Hop bounce off the glove. He'll reach. Ambrose over to third, and the inning will continue.
Tough play there for Connor Morrow over at short. He charged in hard, but he tried to play it on the short hop. He could not do so, and that allowed Carlos to get to first with his speed. Obviously, you're under a lot of pressure as the shortstop having to make a play there, and he just could not make it.
Going to be ruled an error, I see up on the scoreboard. Or it looks like they might be changing that as well. We'll get the official word. Nonetheless, it puts runners on the corners with 2 outs. Steve Froese to the plate, first pitch. He takes that one, called a strike, and 0-1.
And I got the official word. It will be ruled a hit for Carlos Arteaga.
The reason for that being Carlos so far down the line already when the bobble was committed. To the plate here, Froese on the ground, diving at third. It's bobbled off the glove. Into score comes Mike Ambrose. And the lead is extended.
Interesting decision over at third base by Carson Burns, diving to try and get that ball. You know that Connor Morrow is ranging after you, and it's a tough ball to get. And that knocked off his glove, so he had no shot at getting it. Morrow, had no shot at getting that ball after it hit the glove, and it allows another run to score. It's 5-2 Majors.
So the Majors pick up that one. Likely scored a hit for Froese. So runners at first, second, 2 outs. Pitch from Arias to the plate. Yasuda hits that one on the ground. It's off the glove and bobbled. Arteaga will get to third safely. Everyone moves up 90 feet. And the Baycats are having fits in the infield.
Wow, this has been quite the inning for the Barrie Baycats. That one, another one off of someone's glove, and that allows Yuki Yasuda to get on, and the bases are loaded for one of the better bats in this majors order, as we've discovered, Miles Miller.
So the majors will bring up Miles Miller to the plate here, but first a mound visit out there for the Baycats. Try to calm down Arias, who himself has got a few ground balls, a few fly balls tonight. But it will be bases loaded and 2 outs here in the inning.
That will also be ruled a hit for Yuki Yasuda. So the bases are loaded for Miles Miller after 3 consecutive hits that could have gone either way.
Dylan, it's ruled a hit and only 1 error up on the board right now for the Barrie Baycats. But if you're on the mound there in your areas, you got to think in this ball game, you're in the 3rd inning and you've had probably 4 or 5 different balls that need to be made outs and they haven't been.
Yeah, and that's got to be frustrating if you're Santos Arias out there on the mound, but you can't let that rattle you. You got to come after Miles Miller and get the 3rd out here.
Miller drives that one down the line, but it's going to go foul. Out into the standing area there. The count will move to 0-1 here with the bases loaded.
Miles Miller is the 9th man to hit in this 3rd inning for the London Majors, and he's shown that he has quite a bit of power too. That one he hit a long way, and the triple he hit deep into the gap.
So Miller with a 0-1 count here with the bases loaded. Arias in the full windup to the plate. That one's low. Miller takes it for a ball. Count moves to 1-1.
Miller, a very patient man at the plate, likes to work the counts, as we mentioned in his last at-bat. Does not allow himself to get cheated up there. Likes to watch a pitch out of the zone.
Pitch to the plate here from Arias. Miller will foul that one off over top of the grandstand into the parking lot. 1-2 the count now.
No, I can't say I've ever seen anyone hit as many foul balls as Miles Miller does in his at-bats.
He's as good at battling on 2 strikes. There's a few majors that do the same, but Miller, one of the better ones. The 1-2 pitch here. Arias, leg kick to the mound. That one's low. So the count evens up at 2-2. Miller, who's had a few good at-bats already in the ball game, will look to try and continue that tonight. 2-2 count, bases loaded.
Yeah, he's having another good at-bat here. Quality at-bat once this 5th pitch comes in. Very good to see for the majors.
Time called at the plate first. It looked like it was Miller who called time. As everybody will take a step out and get set to go here on the 2-2 pitch. Yasuda at first, Froze at 2, Carlos at 3rd. That one's fouled off by Miller. Another foul ball will bring home plate umpire Justin Snively out to the mound here to give Arias, Walker, Miller, himself included, everyone a little bit of a break there in what has been a long at-bat.
Yeah, it most certainly has. And going back to Miller calling time there, it's a big pitch coming up, and obviously you don't want the pitcher to get too ready to throw it. You want him to throw it quickly so you're ready to go, and he can't get too much in his mind. But he called time there, doing a good job to throw off Santos Arias.
2-2 count here with the bases loaded and 2 out. Majors lead 5-2. Arias now into the windup. Delivery to the plate. Miller takes that one outside here, and it'll be a full count. You'll likely see the runners get a running start here.
The runners will be off on the 3-2, and a great shot for Miller to drive a ball into the outfield. The outfielders are playing deep. Yuki Yasuda will likely get to 3rd if he's off on the pitch, and maybe even score with his speed.
3-2 to the plate. Miller hits that one on the ground. It's a fair ball down the line. Miller's going to round and go to 2. 1 runs in, 2 runs in. Yasuda comes to score. Miller's going for the triple again. Sliding. Safe at 3rd. Clears the bases with a triple. Miles Miller have a game. Majors lead.
Safe to say he was probably a good pickup for the majors. Miles Miller, a bases clearing triple, making it 8-2 here at Labatt Park. And the fans went wild. Miles Miller drove that one hard down the first base line. And with his speed, any ball that gets past an outfielder to the wall, could easily be a triple here at Labatt Park, and another one there, second one of the ball game. How often do you see someone hit 2 triples in one game? Answer, not very. Great to see from Miles Miller there. He has been phenomenal in just 2 games with the majors.
We'll see if Izzy Pena can keep this party going. The majors have now pushed across 6 runs in this inning. They lead 8-2. Miller stands at third, 2 outs, and Pena at the bat. He'll get a step off on the mound there from Arias. Visibly shaken on the mound. There is action in the Baycats bullpen. Has been for some time now. The pitch to the plate is called a strike on Pena, 0-1.
Izzy Pena, the 10th man to bat, and going back to Miles Miller's AB, he worked Santos Arias to the point where he knew he was going to get a fastball. It went from 0-1 to 1-2 and then 3-2. Great job by Miles Miller.
Pena drives that one. Right center field gap. It'll get down. All the way to the wall. Pena into second base. Miller into score. And the runs keep coming here on Canada Day.
Wow, the bats have come alive here against Santos Arias. That is going to hike up his ERA quite a bit. But the majors 7 runs here in this third inning. Izzy Pena did a great job on the off-speed pitch of taking it into the right center field gap, and it was a double. So good job by Izzy Pena there.
So I'll bring up Cleveland Brownlee to the plate here. He started the inning with that home run. So Izzy Pena was the one who started the inning. Brownlee hit the home run. The pitch here from Arias to the plate. Brownlee takes that one. It's across for a strike, 0-1.
There on that first pitch, probably because of the command issues from Santos Arias.
Brownlee takes the off-speed pitch there as well on 0-1. He moves the count to 0-2 here on the major's big slugger, who is batting once again here in the bottom of the third inning. Arias has a look. He's still in the ball game here. Majors have pushed across 7 in this inning. To the plate, it's outside, 1-2. Now Arias to the plate. Brownlee swings and misses that one. It's a strikeout to end the inning, but a big inning in that for the London Majors, who will pick up 7 runs here on the bottom of the third inning and lead 9-2. We'll go to a break. The kids will run the bases when we come back. The top of the fourth.
Chances are, if you've been out to a London Majors game this season, then you've noticed all the advertisements around the field. If you're wondering how you can get your business involved, then reach out to us and we can put you in touch with Angela at angela@londonmajors.com. We can help you find innovative ways to help your business grow with the London Majors. Are you looking for that perfect birthday gift this summer? Then make sure you visit the London Majors team store located under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com. The Major store has lots of different items including t-shirts, game-used jerseys, hoodies, and Collins Majors socks, compliments of Collins clothiers. The Major store also has multiple different styles of London Majors official New Era caps. So make sure you visit us under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com.
Welcome back to Labatt Park and Majors TV here. You see the score up there, no mistake. The Majors just pushed across 7 runs in the bottom of the third. Dylan, they did it in spectacular fashion.
They most certainly did. A home run by Cleveland Brownlee, a bases-clearing triple by Miles Miller, an RBI double for Izzy Pena. A lot of Majors batters contributed to that big inning, and it was super good to see for the fans and for us up here in the press box. Now it'll be interesting to see how Juliandre Higuera fares in this inning. It has been a while that he's been sitting on the bench, so interesting to see how he comes back in the top of the fourth.
Of course, Dylan, you talk about the Majors putting up a big 7-run spot in the bottom of the third inning, but one thing a lot of people always tend to forget about is how long Higuera was sitting down, waiting for that inning to finish, and we'll see how he comes back and regroups to start the top of the fourth inning. Here is the first pitch from Higuera. It's upstairs, ball 1, 1-0.
1-1 here. Maybe Higuera comes with enough speed to hopefully get Branfi Infante a little ahead of the ball.
Swing and a miss there. Looked like it was foul into the glove. So the count moves in favor here of Higuera. The pitch comes to it. That one's popped up over towards the fence, but in playable territory, making the grab, pardon me, is Mike Ambrose for the first out here at the top of the fourth.
Great job by Mike Ambrose there. Overran the ball a little bit, did not panic, got back there and made the play for the first out of the inning in foul territory. Ambrose didn't charge the fence too hard. Overran the ball a little bit, but was right there to recover and make the play.
So with one out here in the top of the fourth inning, we'll see how Higuera reacts. The pitch to the plate, that one is across for a strike. 0-1 here to start the at-bat.
Burton struck out looking in his last at-bat. Was Higuera's first strikeout victim all the way back in the first inning.
Pitch, that one fouled off at the plate there. 0-2 is the count now, as Higuera is working ahead to start the top of the fourth.
It's been very good to see because he's been getting behind quite a few batters he was getting behind quite a few batters in prior innings, but here he's been getting ahead of hitters in this top of the fourth.
Pitch to the plate, that one's fouled off. It gets back to the backstop, but the count will remain where it is at 0-2.
Even better that Higuera has done that after an inning where he had to sit on the bench for a long time. So good to see that he's ahead of batters.
Higuera, as Bockwell sets up outside, pitch to the plate, swing and a miss. A punch out there for Juliandre Higuera in the second out of the inning.
Another punch out for Juliandre Higuera, 4 in the ball game for him. He strikes out a lot of batters, and his stuff is just phenomenal. So really good to see there that he got a strikeout. His 4th of the ball game. Obviously not as high as we've seen it before, but he's still doing a really, really good job of handling this very talented Barrie Baycats lineup.
That'll bring up to the plate here Parker Walker, who takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0. Pardon me, it's a foul ball. 0-1. The 0-1, that one broken bat on the ground, shortstop Arteaga on a hop, strong throw across the one in time. Gets the third out of the inning. So Dylan, we were wondering how Higuera would react after the 7 spot. He sets down the side in order as we go to the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, really good to see that Higuera worked so well after sitting down for a really long time. 3 up, 3 down, and another play there for Carlos Arteaga with the catcher running on a slow ground ball. He made a nice play and fired it over to first in time to get Parker Walker running. Really good to see from Arteaga over at shortstop, such a phenomenal defender. And it looks like we might just have a new arm for the Barrie Baycats.
We'll bring you that when we can. It looks as if Barrie's going to be making that pitching change that we talked about may be in order. closes the book on Santos Arias, who was the starter in the ball game for Barrie, who will end up giving up 9 runs over 3 innings. How many of those really are earned, we'll find that out for you, but a few miscues, Dylan, the new arm for Barrie.
Yeah, the new arm for Barrie is Brandon Katina. He comes along wearing the number 38 for the Barrie Baycats here in the 4th inning, earlier than he expected to come in, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we'll get the confirmation for you, but 8 of those runs were earned to Santos Arias.
So Katina into the game to do the pitching.
Correction, all 9 of those runs were earned for Santos Arias. While there were miscues on the field, they were ruled hits. Therefore, 9 runs, all of them earned for the Barrie Baycats starting pitcher.
So we'll see if the Baycats can try to work back into the game. Brandon Katina will come in to try and set down So we go to the bottom of the 4th inning with the Baycats trailing 9-2 after the Majors scored 7 in the bottom of the 3rd.
Brandon Katina is a guy that we've seen usually work later in ball games, and he's used to that late inning role, but today they really needed his good arm out of the pen with them being down 7 runs and Santos Arias really struggling out there on the mound.
And the Baycats will send Byron Reichstein to the plate to lead things off, Dylan. He also getting involved in that hit parade last inning.
Yes, he did. Byron doubled in that last inning for the Majors, and he, I believe, got an RBI out of the deal. No, he did not, but he scored a run. So Byron looks to continue that here.
First pitch to him is across for a strike to start the at-bat 0-1. Katina in to try and keep the score where it is, at least for now. Bottom of the 4th inning. 0-1 pitch outside. Evens the count up at 1-1. Comes to the plate here on 1-0. Byron hits that one. Left center field gap. It'll get down. And Reichstein is on to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning with a base hit.
The outfield is playing so far back there because they're expecting Byron to hit one deep into the gap like he did his last time up. Byron just loops that one. It wasn't hit actually that shallow, but it was shallow enough that the deep outfielders could not get to it.
So Larry Bockwell now coming to the dish here for the Majors. After the leadoff single from Byron Reichstein, who stands on first now. Pitch from Katina to the plate. Bockwell, center field, struggling with the sun again, but able to make the catch this time is Brantfee Infante, first out of the inning.
It's the first time we've really seen Larry put a charge into a ball, and he lined that one to center field, and Infante was right there to make the grab. I think you can really do there if you're Larry, put a good swing on the ball.
That'll bring up Mike Ambrose to the dish here. Doubled down the left field line his last time through the order. Had a very good at-bat against Santos Arias. And we'll have to try to put together a good one here against Brendan Katina. With 1 out and Byron standing on first base. Leg kick, delivery to the plate, swing, and a miss from Ambrose, 0-1. Katina, leg kick once more to the plate. Ambrose swings through that one. Looks like it was fouled off, and we'll have to take a quick break there as Justin Snively goes out to the mound.
That is the second time in the last 2 innings that Parker Walker has gotten hit by a ball behind the plate. Just received a beating today in this tough ball game for the Barrie Baycats.
Mike Ambrose giving him a little bit of a sorry maybe after the foul ball. They're having a friendly chat down there at the home plate circle. 0-2 is the count now on Mike Ambrose after the foul ball. Katina Not really looking over to one. Comes to the plate. Ambrose hits that one. Center field. It'll drop a base hit for Mike Ambrose. Another hit for him. He's on. Runners at first and second with one out.
Mike Ambrose did a good job there, lining one straight back up the middle for a base hit. And you could see Brandon Katina was also frustrated because Branfi Infante thought he had a beat on the ball, then might have lost it in the sun again and let up and let that ball drop in front of him. Katina thought that Infante should have dove to try and make a play there. Unfortunately, he could not, but instead the Majors have a hit.
Tough plays to make in center, especially. We mentioned the sun causing problems out there. Still is. You can see the shadows moving over the infield. Carlos Arteaga to the plate here. He takes that first pitch low on the off speed. 1-0. A 1-0 count as Katina has a look to 2. Brings it to the plate. It's a strike to Arteaga. Moves it to 1-1.
Carlos would look to continue what he's been doing so far in the ball game. He's got 2 singles. Majors would certainly take one here to load the bases, maybe even score Byron.
That one is a base hit for Arteaga. In and around to score Byron Reichstein. 10th run of the ball game for the Majors.
Wow, this Barrie Baycats pitching has had no answer for the offensive outburst from the London Majors. An RBI single there for Carlos, his 3rd hit of the ball game. He's 3 for 3 with an RBI and 3 runs scored, and it is 10-2 in the 4th inning, for the Majors.
Getting a bit ahead of ourselves, Dylan, in terms of innings here. I don't blame you. 4th inning here. Steve Froese set to bat with a pair of runners on base. Arteaga at first. Ambrose at second. 1 out. To the plate here. And Froese takes that one across for a strike. 0-1.
Still only 1 out, so while Froese could hit into a double play here, the Majors still have an opportunity to continue this rally.
Katina comes set on the mound. Raises his knee into the plate, but Froese will take that one for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. Beautiful holiday Monday here at Labatt Park. The pitch as Katina comes to the plate. Froese pops that one up. He'll get out of play, a foul ball. Count moves to 1-2.
You know, Steve Froese also does a good job of battling in counts, just like a lot of his teammates. Miles Miller's 1, Carlos Arteaga, Yuki Yasuda, 2 others. Majors overall are a very good 2-strike team.
The 1-2 pitch from Katina to the plate. Froese goes to that one. They're going to say he doesn't go around, holds up in time. A good hold at the 1-2 pitch, moves it to 2-2.
Good job by Steve there, holding up. Thought about going after it. Instead, he held back just in time. Count moves to 2-2, a lot more favorable for Froese.
A 2-2 count now to Steve Froese. Has a look, comes inside and a little bit up to Froese. It's a ball, now a full count. And now Ambrose and Arteaga on the full count will likely see them stay where they are. But Dylan, you wouldn't put it past the Majors to try and advance those runners on a full count pitch. Here it is. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the dish. It's inside to Froese. He'll walk. It'll load the bases with 1 out.
Yet again, we see the bases loaded for the top of this Majors order. This time it's Yuki Yasuda. Last time it was Miles Miller. Interesting to see what Yuki does here. He had an RBI single, I believe. Or no, he had a single his last time up, and he came around to score on the Miles Miller triple.
Dylan, it was an RBI single. It was the run that came across the score in the 2nd inning. Here's the pitch to the plate. Up high to Yasuda, 1-0. A 1-0 count. Yasuda at the dish, bases loaded, 1 out. Katina to the plate as Yasuda takes the 1-0 for a strike.
Yuki Yasuda usually does a very good job of recognizing pitches in the zone, and right there he was probably taking because Katina has not thrown a lot of strikes in his inning or third of an inning of work so far.
Taking till he gets one, the 1-0. That one up the middle, base hit for Yuki Yasuda. Into score, Ambrose right behind him. Arteaga throws into third. Yasuda in to second. Another 2 runs here for the Majors.
Great job by Yuki Yasuda, staying with that pitch and rocketing it right back up the middle into center field, allowing for both Mike Ambrose and the speedy Carlos Arteaga to come in to score. Steve Froese gets to third on the play, and Yuki ends up at second. And now the Majors have 2 runners in scoring position for the always exciting Miles Miller.
That brings up Miles Miller, as mentioned, to the plate here, who Dylan run us through his line for the day. He's had an impressive day at the plate.
Yes, he most certainly has. He has 2 triples, 2 runs scored, and 3 RBI on the day.
First pitch to Miller here as Katina comes set to the plate. It's an off-speed pitch, drops in for a strike, 0-1. So the runner's at second and third, and the 0-1 count. Here's the Katina pitch to the plate, just missing on Miles Miller. 1-1. Once again to the plate here as Miller fouls that one off, and the count will move in the favor of Katina on the mound, 1-2.
Well, the count does move in the favor of Brandon Katina. Miles Miller has shown us that he's a very good 2-strike hitter. Interesting to see if he's able to work Brandon Katina as well as he was Santos Arias.
The 1-2. Miles Miller at the dish. A pair of runners on base. The pitch, that one hit on the ground over to first. Picked up, takes it himself, but the out is recorded. Froese comes in to score. The 13th run of the game for the Majors, and another RBI there for Miles Miller.
He doesn't stop getting those RBIs, does he? 3 RBI, bases clearing triple, and then an RBI ground out. Good job by Miles hitting it to the right side of the infield to get the run to come in to score.
So now Izzy Pena to the plate for the Majors. We mentioned the Majors up through their heart of the order now. Hard to call it a heart of the order when the whole order has been hitting so well today. That one outside for ball 1, 1-0.
Izzy is in his 3rd plate appearance in the last 2 innings. He hit twice in the 3rd and once here in the 4th.
Pena drives that one into right. It's a base hit. He'll stay at 1. Yasuda in to score, 14-2.
Well, the outfield learned they knew to play back on Izzy Pena, but didn't really matter there. He still hit one into the outfield, and he only gets to first on the play, not a double, but that's all good. A run still comes in to score, and it is 14-2. The Majors are up by 12 here.
And now Brownlee back to the dish here for the Majors. A night he'll remember. As Pena stands on 1, now with 2 outs here. Bottom of the 4th inning. Pitch on the ground for Brownlee. Picked up at short. Short throw over to 2 is in time. So they'll get out of the inning, but not before the Majors push across. 5 more runs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. They lead this one 14-2. We'll go take a quick break here when we come back to 5th inning.
Are you looking for that perfect birthday gift this summer? Then make sure you visit the London Majors team store located under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com. The Major store has lots of different items including t-shirts, game-used jerseys, hoodies, and Collins Majors socks, compliments of Collins clothiers. The Major store also has multiple different styles of London Majors official New Era caps. So make sure you visit us under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com. Chances are, if you've been out to a London Majors game this season, then you've noticed all the advertisements around the field. If you're wondering how you can get your business involved, then reach out to us and we can put you in touch with Angela at londonmajors.com. We can help you find innovative ways to help your business grow with the London Majors.
Welcome back here to Labatt Park and Majors TV. Noah Smith and Dylan Baker calling the action this evening. Back to the top of the order now for the Barrie Baycats. Connor Moore to lead things off. His team trailing by a few here. 14-2 the score for the Majors. Higuera back out on the mound. As he comes to the plate, it's up high into the backstop. Cat moves to 1-0.
Top of the order, as you mentioned, Noah Connor Morrow at the plate. He's lined out to Byron and popped out to Steve Froze in 2 prior at-bats. Juliandre Guerra in his 5th inning of work has looked really good.
The 1-0 pitch to the plate from Higuera is up high as well. Quickly 2-0.
We saw Higuera get ahead of batters in the 4th inning, but he has gotten behind Connor Morrow here. It's 2-0.
Pitch to the plate. That one's fouled back as it's across. So the count moves to 2-1. Let's just take a quick second to apologize for those of you watching at home. A few issues seem to be coming around with the stream. Some having no issues, some having a few. So we'll get that figured out as soon as we can. The 2-1 swung on and missed from Morrow. 2-2.
Juliandre Guerra is still coming right after batters, even with that huge lead. He's throwing pitches up. He's throwing pitches low in the zone. He's been really, really impressive.
The 2-2 to the plate swing. That one's a miss. It's a strikeout. And Higuera has another punch out in the ballgame.
5 strikeouts for Juliandre Higuera. The fans here are happy. They not only get a free taco for Cleveland Brownlee's 100th home run, they also get 5 free wings with any purchase of $5 or more at Buffalo Wild Wings. Fun Labatt Park fact for you. Great to see Juliandre Higuera at 5 punch-outs. His stuff has been phenomenal in this ball game. He's been really, really good.
Now to the plate, Starlin Rodriguez here for the Baycats. With an out in the inning. Comes to the plate. That one is inside. Ball 1-0.
Rodriguez in 2 prior at-bats has a double and a line-out. Double came all the way back in the 1st inning when the Baycats had their little rally.
That one hit off the bat of Rodriguez, chasing it down. Yasuda unable to make a grab. A very good effort, but it will drop for a base hit, and the Baycats are on with 1 out here.
Great effort there by Yuki Yasuda. Could not, unfortunately, come up with the ball. He was just a little bit off, and Starlin Rodriguez has a base hit. Double play is still in order with a good bat of Jordan Castaldo at the plate. 1 out here in the 5th inning. And Yasuda has a chance of redemption if he gets a ground ball here with the possibility of turning 2.
So 1 out and a runner on first. Castaldo to the plate now for Barrie. Here is the pitch from Higuera. That one across for a strike on Castaldo, 0-1. Higuera with a quick look over to one, although not a big lead at all. To the plate here in Castaldo. That one's inside. Count moves to 1-1, evens up.
You know, even though the Majors are up by 12, you can't take the bat of Jordan Castaldo lightly. Such a tremendous hitter at the plate for these Barrie Baycats.
The 1-1 delivery here as Higuera comes set to the mound. Swing and a miss from Castaldo. Jammed him a little bit. It's a 1-2 count. One ball, two strike with Castaldo at the plate. Rodriguez over at one. Here's the look to the plate. It's inside, called a strike. A punch out there for Higuera. Second out of the inning. Castaldo thought it was low. And it's a punch out for Juliandre Higuera.
Wow, Jordan Castaldo really thought that was low. He stood in the box for quite a while, but it did look like it got some of the corner there, and it's out number 2, so 2 strikeouts for 2 outs in the inning for Higuera, even though he does have that runner at first base. Not out of the woods yet. Kyle DeGrace, cleanup man at the dish.
So Kyle DeGrace to the plate now. He will bat with a runner on first and 2 outs in the inning. Higuera to the plate, swing and a miss from DeGrace, 0-1.
It seems that Juliandre Higuera's stuff has gotten better and better as we've progressed in the ballgame, something you don't see too often with pitchers, and it's fantastic to see.
To the plate, swing and a miss there again from DeGrace. So quickly getting ahead, 0-2 is Higuera. Possibly looking for another punch out here. He's up 0-2 on the designated hitter and cleanup hitter for the Baycats. 0-2, delivery to the plate. That one called strike 3. The punch out ends the inning for Higuera.
Juliandre Higuera strikes out the side, not in order, but he strikes out the side here in the top of the 5th inning. He's done a phenomenal job so far in this ball game. 7 strikeouts for the Majors. While the bats have certainly backed him, he has done a great job on the mound for the London Majors.
We will take a quick break here as they get the crowd fired up here in London. Majors out in front 14-2 on the Barrie Baycats. Welcome back to Majors TV coverage here. Noah Smith, Dylan Baker on the call. Byron Reichstein to lead things off. And the Majors have pushed across. 7 runs in the 3rd, 5 in the 4th. That's an impressive 2-inning tally, Dylan.
It most certainly is. 9 guys came to the plate in the last inning, 11 in the one prior. So it's been very good to see from the Majors. Their offense has been on fire.
The 0-1 delivery here. Katina to the plate. Reichstein swings right through that one, 0-2.
Byron led off the fourth inning with a single and ended up scoring on a single.
Here is the pitch on the ground for Reichstein. Big hop, and that one is going to hurt a little bit as Byron's going to be on with a base hit on what looked like a routine ground ball to lead off the bottom of the fifth.
Wow, and it looks like the sequel of a series of unfortunate events for the Barrie Baycats out there on the infield. That one took a wicked hop in front of the shortstop, Connor Morrow, and just bounced over top of his head, and it allows Byron to get on.
Dylan, when things aren't going your way, they really don't go your way sometimes, and the Baycats are feeling that right now after that one takes a hop on a routine ground ball. First pitch here to Larry Bockwell across for a strike, 0-1. Larry Bockwell at the dish, and the pitch from Katina as Bockwell pops that one up. It'll get out of play, 0-2.
Larry's got to be patient here. He does not usually get the 2 strike counts. He's done a good job of swinging early in counts. Interesting to see how he fares on 0-2, whether he continues the Majors trend of being tough with 2 or not.
Pitch just into Bockwell. Count moves to 1-2. And it's a 1-2 count as Byron stands on first. The pitch to the plate. Bockwell hits that one. Center field, right underneath it. Barrie Infante makes the grab as the sun isn't an issue this time. And the first out of the inning on a fly out from Bockwell.
Bockwell put a good swing on that ball, but Barrie Infante did a good job in center field. Didn't have to battle the sun there. He was in the shadows and he made the grab for the first out of the inning. Byron still at first, and the hot Mike Ambrose, who has 201 career hits in the IBL now, steps up to the plate.
Now to the plate, Mike Ambrose. With Byron on first. 1 out here in the inning. Pitch to the plate is an off-speed call to strike to Mike Ambrose, 0-1. A big crowd here on Canada Day getting treated to some early fireworks by the London Majors. Pitch to the plate as Ambrose hits that one. Center field. Infante there to make the grab, and the second out of the inning.
Mike Ambrose has been very impressive in his last few games as he has been putting good swings on the ball. That one he rocketed to right center field. Unfortunately, Barrie Infante was able to get there in time to make the grab, but Ambrose has been putting really good swings on the ball for the past almost, I'd say, 5 or 6 games, and it's been really good to see. It's been resulting in better offensive performances for not only him, but also this entire Majors ball club.
I'll bring up Carlos Arteaga to the plate. Like you mentioned, Dylan, Ambrose has been hitting the ball well. Goes back a few games. A home run Wednesday night in Brantford. A long ball this weekend, and a pair of hits tonight. That one outside Arteaga, 1-0. Has a look to the plate. Arteaga fouls that one off on an inside fastball. Count will move to 1-1. Another delivery here. Arteaga, center field. Barrie Infante under this one easily makes the grab. And the inning is over. Arteaga flies out to end the inning. The Majors go quietly here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, but they continue to lead 14-2 here on Majors TV. Dylan Baker on the call. When we return, Majors up by 12.
Are you looking for that perfect birthday gift this summer? Then make sure you visit the London Majors team store located under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com. The Major store has lots of different items including t-shirts, game-used jerseys, hoodies, and Collins Majors socks, compliments of Collins clothiers. The Major store also has multiple different styles of London Majors official New Era caps. So make sure you visit us under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com.
Welcome back to Majors Baseball on Majors TV. Dylan Baker here with you to call the 6th and the 7th innings of Canada Day action here at Labatt Park. Stevie Lewis leads off the top of the 6th. Change in the outfield. Evan Britt comes in to play left field. Looks like Izzy Pena's afternoon, or evening, I should say, is over. Juliandre Higuera's, however, is not. He's out for his 6th inning of work. That pitch is going to miss up high. 1-0. Higuera sets the 1-0. That's going to hit the outside corner. Called strike one, 1-1 now. The 1-1. That's a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on the Baycats' 5th hitter. Higuera looks in, gets the sign he likes from Larry Balquill. He's ready to fire the 1-1. That's going to miss. The 1-2. That is 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Stevie Lewis. Higuera shakes Larry off once. Now gets the sign he wants. The 2-2. Called. Strike 3. Gets Lewis looking. 3 straight batters have been struck out by Juliandre Higuera. That won the first of the inning, and Higuera's 8th on the night as Jeff Cowan steps up to the plate. Cowan, earlier at the bats in the ballgame, he has a sacrifice fly to Byron Reichstein and a strikeout swing. That pitch misses. 1-0 on Cowan. Cowan playing in left field for the Baycats. Higuera sets the 1-0. That's going to miss as well. 2 balls and no strikes. Digging into the rubber is Higuera. Gets the sign he wants from Larry Balquill. The 2-0. Called strike 1. 2-1 now the count. Two balls and one strike as Juliandre Higuera looks to work his way back into this count. The pitch. That's going to miss. 3-1 now. Higuera ready. 3-1 on Cowan. The pitch. That's going to miss. Ball 4. So Higuera walks Cowan, his second walk of the ball game, and the Baycats have a 1-out base runner. Branfi Infante steps up to the dish, the Baycats center fielder in the ball game as a runner at first, and 1 out. Higuera sets his first offering on the ground. That one's going to go foul. Count is now 0-1. Infante, the number 7 hitter in this Barrie Baycats order, has a walk and a pop out. So that would the walk of Jeff Cowan is Higuera's third walk of the ball game. He sets. He's got the 0-1 coming. The pitch fouled off by Infante. Count is now no balls and 2 strikes. Ball club back into the crouch. Higuera looks in for the sign. He's got the one he wants. The 0-2 home. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Higuera's last 5 outs have been recorded via the strikeout. That is his second strikeout of the inning. 2 away now with the runner at first. That makes for, I believe, 9 on the ball game for Higuera.
And 98 pitches as well in the ball game. So nearing that century mark, Dylan. Getting up there in pitches, but we've seen him throw a lot more than that in a ball game.
We certainly have, but if you can, you would like to keep that pitch count down as that pitch is fouled off by Carson Burns.
Burns into the ball game. Not a starter.
The pitch on the ground. Higuera makes the play to the right of the mound. Throw over to Ambrose at first, and the side is retired. 5.5 complete at Labatt Park. The Majors lead it by a score of 14-2. We head to the bottom of the 6th here on Majors TV. Welcome back to Majors Baseball on Majors TV. Bottom of the 6th inning here. Majors are up 14-2, and it's been quite the offensive outburst for the Majors so far in this one, hasn't it, Noah?
It certainly has. We've seen the Majors bats really come alive here. I mean, you look at the starting pitching for Barrie. It's a good starting pitcher on the mound. You can't say that they found a hole there. Santos Arias is a great starting pitcher, but they just hit him well today. All the bats 1 through 9 in the order. That's the most impressive part. have been good for the majors today, and they'll look to continue that here. A new arm as well, as Hillier's into the ball game for the Baycats.
Yes, Brandon Hillier, new arm into the ballgame for the Barrie Baycats. He will look to neutralize this Majors offense. Steve Froese leads it off, followed by the top of the order, Yuki Yasuda and Miles Miller. Hillier ready to fire his first pitch. Here it comes, inside on Froese. Count is now 1-0.
And another righty into the game as well for the Baycats. The Majors have hit them well so far tonight.
They have the 1-0. Froese takes a called strike. Count is now 1-1. Hillier sets the 1-1 home. Froese lines that one hard but well foul. Count moves to 1-2 now.
And now on a 1-2 count, we'll get to see Steve Froese battle, who's, as we mentioned, Dylan, probably one of the 4 guys on this team who battle the best with 2 strikes at the plate.
He is, and a lot of guys do it for this Majors ball club, but Steve Froese, one of the best. Hillier ready to fire the 1-2 home. Froese swings and misses, strike 3. So the first out of the bottom of the 6th inning comes via the strikeout, and that'll bring up Yuki Yasuda.
An off-speed pitch there that broke in, might have caught the plate, but I think Froese thought it was going to break a lot more. He swings at it, and it ends up a little bit too inside for him. First out of the inning will bring up Yuki Yasuda.
Top of this Majors order now is Yuki Yasuda steps up to the plate. In his crouched batting stance against Brandon Hillier, Yasuda has had success in the ball game. Hillier sets the pitch. Yasuda lines that one straight back up the middle, a base hit for Yuki, and the Majors have a 1-out base runner.
Talk about having a day at the plate there for Yuki Yasuda, who's already got 3 hits in the ball game, comes up with another one there, and just keeps this party going for London.
You know who else had a good day at the plate, Noah? Miles Miller. He steps up now. 4 RBIs on the day.
Been a bright spot for London since joining yesterday afternoon in Toronto. Batting .500, of course, in short amount of at-bats, but Dylan, he has had some pretty good swings, and of course the 2 triples today.
Yeah, for sure. And the fact that we get to say 2 triples in one game is crazy. The pitch from Hillier. Miller lines that one down the right field line. That ball's going to get down. Around second, going to third is Yasuda. Wales is holding him at third. Miller has to hold it first. So crazy to say this, but Miles Miller has a single, and there are runners at the corners now with only 1 out.
And another hit for Miles Miller as well. So this top of the order for the Majors has just been hitting the ball well today, putting on a show for these fans. And now we will see a pinch hitter come in. Came into the game as a replacement.
Yeah, Evan Britt steps up to the dish. He took over in left field for Izzy Pena in the 7th inning. Top of the 6th. The first pitch to Britt. Fly ball, center field, Infante moves back a little bit, makes the catch. Yasuda tagging. He will jog on home, and the lead is now 13 for the Majors. It's 15-2.
So a great job there by Evan Britt. Of course, it's just going to go down as a sacrifice fly for him. Doesn't get a base hit, but he does the job, brings in another run, and extends that lead for the Majors, which is now up to 13.
Yes, it is now a 13-run game, and that'll bring up a pinch hitter for Cleveland Brownlee in Josh Williams. So Britt took over for Pena defensively, and now Williams takes over for Cleveland Brownlee in that DH spot. The pitch, called strike 1 to Josh. 0-1 is the count.
And you'd like to see Williams getting involved in the hit parade here. Still looking to try and break through here as a Major.
The pitch gets away from the catcher. Did not go, says the third base umpire. Count is now 1-1.
And a 1-1 count is a good count here for Williams to try and get a pitch that is maybe left over the zone a little bit. Try to drive something into the outfield.
Would be good to see for Williams. The pitch from Hillier. Williams hits that one on the ground. Slowly to third. Burns. Over to Castaldo at first. for the third out of the inning. 6 complete frames complete from Labatt Park. On Canada Day, the Majors lead it 15-2.
Chances are, if you've been out to a London Majors game this season, then you've noticed all the advertisements around the field. If you're wondering how you can get your business involved, then reach out to us and we can put you in touch with Angela at angela@londonmajors.com. We can help you find innovative ways to help your business grow with the London Majors. Are you looking for that perfect birthday gift this summer? Then make sure you visit the London Majors team store located under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com. The Major store has lots of different items including t-shirts, game-used jerseys, hoodies, and Collins Majors socks, compliments of Collins clothiers. The Major store also has multiple different styles of London Majors official New Era caps. So make sure you visit us under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com.
Welcome back to Majors Baseball on Majors TV. A flurry of defensive changes to get to. In center field, Miles Miller remains. In right field, Robert Doyle. At first base, Kyle Gormandy. At second, Jonathan DeForest. Behind the dish, now Jonathan Thibodeau. And Braden Farrington on the mound. Did you catch all of that?
A lot to get going through as manager Root Charendak goes to the bench here from some substitutions in the 7th.
First pitch to Parker Walker is fouled off. Count is 0-1.
The Majors now, Dylan, have scored in every inning except for the 5th. I'll talk about being consistent on this Monday evening.
Consistency, the definition of consistency has been this Majors offense so far in this ball game. Farrington ready to fire the 0-1 to Walker. That's going to miss. Count is now 1-1.
Now, Farrington, one of those guys that doesn't necessarily have the most deadly stuff on the mound, but puts in a lot of work in the offseason and comes back out here, and his numbers have been pretty good so far this season.
That pitch is a called strike 2, 1-2, and like you mentioned, Noah, he's not going to blow you away necessarily with his fastball, but he does have good stuff, and he works very hard in the offseasons, working at London places such as Centerfield Sports in the batter's box. The pitch to Parker Walker just misses. Count is now 2-2.
And on 2-2, Dylan, don't be surprised to see him go to that off-speed pitch that we love to see him use, possibly on the outer part of the plate.
The 2-2 home. Popped up, foul territory, but that one's going to get foul as it hits the bleachers out there behind third base. Count will remain at 2-2 on the Barrie Baycats catcher. Top of the 7th inning, Majors lead at 15-2. Braden Farrington, of course, always wearing those high socks for the Majors. He's got his stir-up reds today, while players such as Miles Miller and Carlos Artiega wear the straight reds. The pitch. Walker grounds that one foul. Count will stay at 2-2.
And Dylan, the plethora of fans out here on this Canada Monday to take in this game, being treated to a good one from the majors. Always good to see them put up this many runs. Even better when you can see them do it against the Barrie Baycats.
Always tough to do against Barrie. The pitch from Farrington. Walker lines that one back at the screen. Count remains 2-2. A good battle going on here. Parker Walker's really working Farrington here with 2 strikes.
Interesting to see what pitch he goes to here. Seems that he's thrown almost everything at Walker.
Almost everything has come. As you mentioned, though, the 2-2 from Farrington. Popped up, foul again. Count will remain 2-2. Makes it easy for us controlling the count on the scoreboard. But it's really working Farrington.
And what I'd like to see Farrington do here on 2-2 is maybe drop in a slow curveball, even slow it up a little bit normal than usual. Drop it in there.
Here's the pitch. A curveball in the air, center field. Miller moving under it. He makes the catch for the first out of the inning. So Parker Walker is finally retired, and that brings up the top of this Barrie.
A good job for Farrington to get that first out, which always important in an inning, but do it before you turn things over to the top of the order is even more important here.
It most certainly is. As the top of the order steps in now, Connor Morrow, 0 for 3, a line out, a pop out, and a strikeout in this one. Top of the 7th inning. Julian Guerra pitched 6 strong. The pitch from Farrington. There's a called strike 1, 0-1, as that one hits the corner.
And a great job there for Farrington to get ahead. It's got that fastball with a little bit of movement on it. Catches the outer edge.
Here's the pitch, the 0-1. That's a called strike 2. Went back to the exact same spot and got the call yet again. No balls and 2 strikes.
0-2, you have lots of places to go here, lots of different situations, lots of different options to go to here. He's gone away both times. We'll see if they switch up the location.
The pitch, that one's belted to left field and deep. Back goes Britt. He's back, he's at the track, and that ball is gone. So a 1-out home run for Connor Morrow. And look out. It's 15-3 now.
And that one for Farrington is just a pitch that is in the entirely wrong location. Not sure if it was supposed to be there or if it just ended up there. They went outside with the first 2 pitches, caught the outer edge, and then busted him inside on Morrow, who, although leadoff hitter, no slouch at the plate, and he drove it over the left field wall there to give the Baycats, believe it or not, Dylan, their first run since the first inning.
Crazy. Higuera's done a great job. And Farrington just allowed the home run there as that pitch misses. Count is 1-0. Starlin Rodriguez at the plate. The 1-0 from Farrington. That's going to miss. Count is now 2-0 from the Majors right-handed reliever.
And he's doing a great job out of the bullpen despite that home run. He's been getting ahead a fair amount despite this at bat as well.
That pitch misses yet again. Count is now 3-0 on the Baycats second baseman. The pitch. Called. Strike 1, so the count goes to 3-1 now on Rodriguez.
Rodriguez taking all the way on that one, and don't be surprised if he's looking unless it's an absolutely perfect pitch here on 3-1.
The pitch on the ground. That one's going to get through, and it's going to be a base hit for Rodriguez. So the Baycats have a 1-out base runner right after the home run.
And now with that, we'll see a few people get up and start throwing in the Majors bullpen. Farrington giving up the home run, of course, and then the single. He does have 1 out here, so a ground ball can get him out of the inning.
It could. Has to be ground ball 2 guy because it is very tough to turn with a ground ball in the hole. Power bat of Jordan Castaldo at the plate. Here's the pitch from Farrington. That's going to hit the outside corner. Count is 0-1.
A great job by Farrington to work ahead there. That one's on the outer edge. He seems to be having more success so far in this inning when he works the ball outside as opposed to in.
Seems to be really working for him. The 0-1 from Farrington. Just missing that outside corner. Count is now 1-1.
So a great job at working out there. We mentioned that's where it seems to be working best for him so far. So why not keep going to it?
Farrington sets the pitch. Fouled off. Count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And on a big bat of Castaldo, still dangerous on 1 and 2, of course. So make sure you don't leave anything too much over the plate. Go low, go outside, try to get him reaching.
It would be an ideal scenario for Farrington if you can get him to chase here on the 1-2. The pitch called. Time. And a balk is going to be... Something's going to be called here. Oh, there were fans out in center field in the batter's eye, and Castaldo was complaining about it, saying that he couldn't see the white ball with the light shirt of the fan out in center field. So right in the batter's eye, there was a fan there.
Yeah, the fan's standing up on where the camera goes when you have the center field camera, which we unfortunately don't have. But fans, I think there was probably 2 or 3 of them out there. One of them wearing a light-colored shirt. Castaldo didn't like it. We'll have to redo the 1-2.
Here's the 1-2. Castaldo, hard ground ball, past the diving DeForest into right field. Doyle scoops it up. Rodriguez holds at second. So 2 base runners now for the Baycats, with 1 out.
And 3 straight hits for the Baycats. 1 the home run, 2 straight singles. That'll bring out Brent Wales for the majors here to come have a chat with Braden Farrington. 1 out in the inning, and the Baycats looking to push a few more across here. Dylan, they're one team that you certainly can't cat out at any point in the ballgame, at any score.
Yeah, and although the score is 15-3 right now, you cannot count this Barrie Baycats offense out because of how good they are and what they can do, how dynamic they are offensively. The first out of the inning was recorded by Farrington on the first batter, Parker Walker, the catcher, on a fly out to center field, but ever since then it's been 3 straight hits, a home run, and 2 consecutive singles as Brent Wales wraps up his meeting with his pitcher. Kyle DeGrace at the plate.
And all those hits coming on pitches that he worked so hard to get into a good count and then just misses a little bit on the location of the pitch, and they're hit for base hits.
Here's the pitch from Farrington. DeGrace takes a ball. Maybe up, clearly in. 1-0. Farrington looks into the sign, comes set. Kicks and fires. Called strike 1, so 1 ball and 1 strike now on the Baycats DH.
And a great job at working back into the count there. Don't be surprised if he stays with some of that off-speed stuff as opposed to going with the fastball.
The pitch is just going to miss on the inside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike now on DeGrace, who in the ball game has singled and struck out twice. Falling victim to Julian Higuera. The 2-1. That's going to hit the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and Farrington seems to have found that outside corner more times than not here.
Doing a great job, certainly at least at finding the outer edge.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So 2 outs now as Kyle DeGrace strikes out for the 3rd time in the ball game. 2 runners still on base for the Baycats.
And that's where Farrington needs to live. He doesn't have a fastball that he's going to blow it by a lot of hitters, especially on this Barrie Baycats team. But one thing that he does have that works for him is that he does have that softer curveball. So if you can throw that away, get players that are way out in front of it reaching for it, you're going to get some swings and misses. That's exactly what he did there.
He'll look to do the same to Stevie Lewis, right fielder for the Baycats. Pitch from Farrington. Just missing the inside corner. Looked like it caught it from up here, but Justin Snively has a better angle down there. Count is 1-0. The 1-0. That's going to miss as well. 2-0.
So falling behind 2-0 here. Needs to go back to that pitch that was working for him well. Just trying to drop it in there. Try to get that swing and miss.
He will try his best. The 2-0 home from Farrington. Fastball misses. 3-0 now.
3-0 here on a dangerous hitter. So don't be surprised if they stay away from him here. Don't give him anything good to hit.
The 3-0 from Farrington. That's going to be up and in. So the bases are now loaded after the walk to Stevie Lewis. And that brings up Jeff Cowan.
And now for Jeff Cowan, a big chance for him to push some runs across for the Baycats. But he's got to try to find a pitch he likes here for Farrington. Can't really afford to walk anybody here. You just got to go right at. Hopefully they hit into a ground ball or a fly ball. You do have 2 outs in the inning.
Farrington's got to work on just getting it out, throwing strikes. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a called strike one as it hits the outside corner. Count is now 0-1.
That's exactly what Farrington needs to do there. Just keep working outside, drop them in, try to get the swings and misses. Don't fall into their trap. Don't throw that inside fastball.
Here's the 0-1. Line drive right field. If it stays fair, could be extra bases. That ball will be foul, just barely down the right field line. And out of view of our camera. Count is now 0-2 now on the Baycats 6-hitter.
That one was inches away from scoring 2, if not 3 runs for the Baycats. Now for Farrington, you have an 0-2 count, so you have a few pitches to work with here. If I'm Farrington, I try to work outside here. Go to that curveball, keep it low, keep it outside, try to get that swing and miss.
We'll see what he comes with here on the 0-2. The pitch to Cowan. Breaking ball, just missing the inside corner. Might have been a little bit high as well. Count is 1-2 now.
And I like that pitch by Farrington, but Dylan, I keep saying it over and over again here. Keep it more on the outside part of the plate. It's a lot better pitch out there.
Seems to be working for him. The pitch on the ground and off the foot of Jeff Cowan. It'll be a foul ball. Count remains at 1-2 now. Didn't go outside there.
They seem to have a different plan, and I give my opinion all I want, Dylan. They're the ones down there. I'm up here. So trust what Thibodeau is going to. Thibodeau as well, smart catcher, and he knows where to go, especially with Farrington. This is not their first time working together.
It is not Larry. Ball call out of the game. Farrington looks and gets the sign he likes. Comes set. The kick and the come home. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Braden Farrington. We're through 6.5. It's stretch time at Labatt Park. Majors lead at 15-3. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Majors Baseball on Majors TV, bottom of the 7th inning. And we just had a very special moment here at Labatt Park, didn't we, Noah?
We certainly did down there just in front of the Majors dugout. A proposal in a truth or dare fashion game, and it was quite impressive to see down there everyone giving a round of applause, standing ovation. But back to what we're here for, Dylan. Bottom of the 7th inning. Stretch time is over, and Robert Doyle will come to the dish.
Stretch time is over, as you mentioned, Noah. And Robert Doyle steps up to the plate, taking over for Byron Reichstein. In the ball game, Byron now coaching first base for the Majors. That pitch misses 1-0. The 1-0 is going to miss as well. 2 balls and no strikes on the Majors right fielder. Pitch called. Strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike now.
A good job at working the count here. Doyle trying to get something started for the Majors. Bottom of the 7th.
Fouled off by Robert. Count is now 2-2.
And Doyle will look to try and have a good 2-strike approach here. Although, with a 2-2 count, he knows that he can get on base with a walk as well. And Doyle has a lot of speed.
Pitch. Doyle lines that one straight back at the screen. Count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch on its way. Doyle swings and hits that one in the air. Shallow left field. Morrow after it. He'll make the catch for the first out of the inning.
And it's a long way to go for Morrow out into shallow left, but really all game long, Dylan, we've seen the outfield for Barrie play fairly deep, even on Robert Doyle there, who's not too big of a power threat. They were playing fairly deep, so coming into shallow left to make the grab was Morrow. Nonetheless, they get their first out of the inning here, bringing up another man off the bench, Jonathan Thibodeau.
Jonathan Thibodeau took over defensively in one of the flurry of defensive changes. In the top of the 7th inning, he gets his first at-bat here. The first offering, Thibodeau swings and misses, strike 1, 0-1.
Thibodeau, a little bit more of a power threat than Doyle, so we see the outfield still playing fairly deep again.
The pitch misses, 1-1.
On 1-1 here. We'll see what they come with, Adam. I imagine they'll try to bring it inside, but setting up a little bit out.
That pitch is fouled off. Count remains 1 ball. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 to Thibodeau. Called. Strike 3. So 2 up, 2 down very quickly on a pop out and a strikeout. That brings up Kyle Gormandy.
Thibodeau just looking for a different pitch there. That's the only explanation for that fastball right across the zone for a strike, but looking off speed possibly on 1-2. Gets the fastball instead. Second out of the inning.
So 2 outs now, and that brings up the man that replaced Mike Ambrose in the defensively at first base, Kyle Gormandy. It's his first trip to the plate here. The pitch, Gormandy pops it up high on the infield. Burns and Walker almost collide, but Burns makes the catch to retire the side. 7 complete, and a proposal later. The Majors lead 15-3. We head to the top of the 8th. Noah Smith back on the call.
Are you looking for that perfect birthday gift this summer? Then make sure you visit the London Majors team store located under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com. The Major store has lots of different items including t-shirts, game-used jerseys, hoodies, and Collins Major socks, compliments of Collins clothiers. The Major store also has multiple different styles of London Major's official New Era caps. So make sure you visit us under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com.
Welcome back to Majors TV here from Labatt Park. Noah Smith, Dylan Baker on the action tonight, Dylan, and we are really on the action tonight. Majors have put up 15 runs. They lead 15-3, and largely in thanks to the bats tonight, they have been on fire.
They most certainly have been, Noah. The bats have been the main reason the Majors have had success in this ball game. Very good pitching performance by Julian Treguera and an inning of relief for Braden Farrington. And the Majors are up 15-3 in the top of the 8th inning. 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Baycats.
And another change on the mound as well. First pitch here is going to miss low, 1-0.
Yes, new arm, Sean Hood Tidman out there for the Majors. Coming into relief. Been a while since he's been into a ball game.
He's going to look to try to get the Majors through the 8th, possibly more. The 1-0 pitch outside. Count moves to 2 balls and no strikes. Infield playing to get the out. DeForest deep at second. That 2-0 pitch is up high here. Count moves to 3-0. On the leadoff man in the inning for Barrie. That one across for a strike, however. So the 3-0 becomes a 3-1 as Hood Tidman works himself back into the count.
Interesting to see how far Hood Tidman can work his way back into this one.
Pitch is up high, so it's a ball 4. And a walk here to the leadoff man in the top half of the 8th inning. The Baycats will have a runner on.
Yeah, you're not too concerned about the runner on base as it is the bottom of the order, 8-hitter Carson Burns at the plate now. But still, this Baycats ball club is very strong, so you can never be on your heels.
Of course, it's easy to look at the big lead and feel comfortable out there. Swing and a miss at the plate. Cal moves to 0-1. As I was saying, it's easy to feel comfortable with that big lead, but you look at the lead right now, it's 12. The Majors put up 12 in 2 innings in the 3rd and 4th. Pitch. That one missing, 1-1.
Yeah, and with an offense like Barrie's, nothing's ever impossible. So them scoring 12 in 2 innings is certainly a possibility as well. They've got 2 innings to do it. It's the 8th right now, and the 9th is coming up.
That one inside. 2-1 the count now. And I think the big thing here for the majors is not to be walking guys. I mean, if you're throwing strikes and they're hitting it, that's one thing, but to be walking guys and putting them on base via the walk is another. The 2-1 pitch, that one inside, catches the zone, 2-2.
Yeah, you don't want to walk anybody right now because then you give them free base runners for the top of the order, which is coming up in, which is not too far away. So obviously you want to keep guys off base.
2-2 pitch to the plate is way out. So he misses, and the count moves to full now at 3-2. Certainly trying to avoid the walk once again. This one is a full count pitch. Leg kick to the plate. That one hit. Right field. Doyle chasing after it. He finds himself settled in deep right, makes the grab for the first out of the inning.
Good job by Sean Hood-Tidman bouncing back and getting a fly out after the walk. Robert Doyle had to go a ways to track that ball down, but he still made the play, so a good job by him. Now Hood-Tidman has the double play in order with the catcher up at the plate, Parker Walker. Grounded out the shortstop twice prior in the ball game, so certainly a candidate to hit into a double play.
Does run well for a catcher as well. So I'd like to see him double up. Here's the first pitch from Hood-Tidman. That one hit in the air, but we'll find the grandstands over top of the majors dugout. 0-1. Of course, Dylan, we mentioned the large crowd on hand for this Canada Day matchup, of course. There was announced between innings that family of Mike Ambrose from Scotland as well in attendance.
Yeah, crazy they traveled so far, and they got to see Mike's 200th career hit.
That one across for a strike, 0-2. So after the leadoff walk has found his way back into this one.
He has 0-2 now on Parker Walker after the fly out there.
Pitch off speed out as it doesn't break enough, 1-2.
A bad idea there on 0-2 to come with the off-speed pitch. Didn't break as far as he would have liked for it to. And it's ball one, but still a very good count if you're Hood-Tidman. 1-2 here.
Sean Hood-Tidman's 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A big punch out there. Second out of the inning.
Great job by Sean Hood-Tidman there, battling back and beating Parker Walker there. He got ahead of Walker, but he walked the guy, and then he got a fly out and then a strikeout. So now you got 2 outs for Connor Morrow, who we saw hit a home run in his last at-bat.
Hit that home run off Braden Farrington. And now he's got to face off against Sean Hood-Tidman with a pair of outs and a runner on. Pitch, that one hard hit. Center field. Chasing after it. Settling underneath it is Miller. Third out. And the majors are through the 8th. Baycats don't get any runs. And they lead 15-3. And the majors set to come to bat in the bottom of the 8th inning, Dylan. Looking to try and push across a few more runs possibly. But most importantly, they're looking forward to getting through the 9th.
Yes, they most certainly are. They're likely going to have John Fitzsimmons throwing in the 9th inning. They might let Sean Hood-Tidman stay out there as it is not a save situation, but you'd like to push across a few more runs because you never know. You never know what could happen with an offense like Barrie's.
Dylan, an impressive night so far for the majors. They look to finish this one off. One of the most impressive numbers is going to be the 15 in the run column, but you can't take away the 20 in the hit column for the majors. That's an impressive evening.
Yes, 20 hits. No small feat for the majors, and you can't take that away from them for sure. It's been a wonderful night offensively for them.
I think coming into a game against this, like the Barrie Baycats, one of the big things you're looking for is just for the pitching staff to keep the Baycats to a reasonable amount of runs. And 3 runs through 8 innings is exactly that.
Oh yes, it's more than reasonable as we see a new arm come out for the Barrie Baycats. But 3 runs, and the displays we've seen them put on against the majors in the past, I believe they scored 9 on Pack the Park Day, and they scored 15. I think they scored 15 more than once against the majors. So keeping them down at 3 runs, due in large part to Juliandre Higuera, who is obviously the best pitcher on this majors staff. He did a phenomenal job through his 6 innings of work today, and then Braden Farrington and Sean Tidman have tossed 2 good innings as well.
And Dylan, correct me if I'm wrong out there, but it looks as if Branfy Infante is coming in to pitch the bottom of the 8th inning for Barrie, and I'd have to check online if he's even listed as a pitcher, but he did start this game for the Barrie Baycats and playing center field now into pitch.
Yep, Branfy Infante is the pitcher for these Barrie Baycats, and as we try to get you whether he's listed as a pitcher or not.
Certainly not something that manager Angus Roy is afraid to do, of course. Throw a position player in there who maybe has prior experience pitching just to get an inning or 2 in. But we'll see if he's pitched at all in his IBL career or not. Get you those stats as soon as we can.
And I have them here now. Noah, this is his first career pitching appearance in the IBL. So Branfy Infante gets to work in a 15-3 game.
So interesting to say the least to see Branfy Infante coming into the game now for the Barrie Baycats. He'll pitch the bottom of the 8th inning, looking to just kind of bridge the gap here between the bottom of 8th and the top of the 9th inning. Of course, Baycats trailing by 12. It'll be Carlos Arteaga to lead things off.
And we see it all the time in the big leagues when a position player comes in to pitch. Don't want to waste your bullpen when you don't need to. And right now, they don't exactly need to. So they would like to just get through this inning.
Of course, not trying to waste bullpen arms, but that one's right across for Branfy Infante. 0-1. Another thing, they might just be saying that, hey, Branfy, we know you maybe threw in the past. Let's see how you do in the IBL. The 0-1 pitch is in the dirt to Arteaga, 1-1.
I mean, it's been 6 seasons. This is Branfy Infante's 6th season in the IBL. He's not thrown a single pitch. So a little bit interesting to see, but that's okay.
1-1 delivery. Arteaga on the ground to short. Couple big hops. Strong throw across the diamond is in time to get Arteaga first out of the bottom half of the 8th.
Carlos put a swing on that ball there, and it was just a ground out to short. Almost beat it out with his speed, but it doesn't really matter as the majors are up by 12.
So bring up Steve Froese to the plate now with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Froese looking to try to get on base with a hit if he can against the position player pitching Branfy Infante. First pitch across and a strike, 0-1.
Branfy Infante has 29 career IBL home runs. He'll be looking to avoid giving up a home run.
And off speed across for a strike. Now so 0-2 on Steve Froese. Branfy Infante working ahead and just getting the ball across in the zone. The 0-2 pitch. Froese hits that one on the ground. Tough play. Oh, and it gets right past him. So Froese will reach here with 1 out.
And you had to know it was coming. A position player on the mound. Steve Froese with the base hit into left field. And just past Connor Burns as the kids in attendance certainly enjoying the walk-up song of Jonathan DeForest here.
So it is Jonathan DeForest to come in and taking that bat here. We mentioned he came in as a defensive replacement. First pitch to him from Infante is outside for ball 1-0. Froese on first after reaching. Pitch here is across. DeForest takes it and he evens the count at 1-1. DeForest on the ground. Move over and score it up. A 4-3 double play as he takes it himself to end the inning. We go to the 9th here in London with the majors looking to try and close this one out when we come back.
Are you looking for that perfect birthday gift this summer? Then make sure you visit the London Majors team store located under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com. The Major store has lots of different items including t-shirts, game-used jerseys, hoodies, and Collins Majors socks, compliments of Collins clothiers. The Major store also has multiple different styles of London Majors official New Era caps. So make sure you visit us under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com. Chances are, if you've been out to a London Majors game this season, then you've noticed all the advertisements around the field. If you're wondering how you can get your business involved, then reach out to us and we can put you in touch with Angela at angela@londonmajors.com. We can help you find innovative ways to help your business grow with the London Majors.
Welcome back to Majors TV. Here in the top half of the ninth inning we go to, and it has been quite the game so far. Dylan, the Majors looking to close it out. We just heard the fans sing Country Roads Take Me Home. Dylan, I had to guess there are probably about at least 4,500 people here on this Canada Day evening. The fireworks to follow in just about an hour. It has been a great night for the London Majors. You can't deny that.
Oh, it most certainly has. 15-3 over the Barrie Baycats. It's been phenomenal and super impressive for the Majors so far. And all they need are 3 outs, and they finish this one off and hopefully take this one to the bank.
The Majors looking to close it out with a big lead, a 12-run lead, but they're not going to be messing around here, Dylan. They're sending out none other than John Fitzsimmons, who, if you look through the stats this season, has been awfully impressive.
Oh, yes, he has. A 0 ERA through 13 innings of relief. John Fitzsimmons has been more than impressive so far this season, but he has not worked in a long time. I believe his last outing was last Sunday, the 23rd, against the Welland Jackfish. So it's been a while for Fitzsimmons, and he will look to get some work here in this 15-3 ball game.
If you're the Barrie Baycats, you come into this ninth inning down 12, and you think, all right, maybe we can just try to start the next game off on the right foot by pushing across a few here, but the Majors not playing nice. They send out one of the best relievers they have. Count 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch from Fitzsimmons, fouled straight back, so the count evens up at 1-1.
You can see there Starlin Rodriguez almost fell over while swinging at that pitch. He had to swing so hard to try and catch up to the lively fastball of Fitzsimmons.
Lively, to say the least, with John Fitzsimmons. 1-1 is missing outside. 2-1 now for Fitzsimmons. As a check comes in on 2-1, it's way in, almost hits the batter there. So 3 balls, 1 strike, so not a great start for John Fitzsimmons.
No, but if there's a guy who can work back from a 3-1 count, it's John Fitzsimmons, as he has tremendous stuff and a lively fastball. All he's got to do is throw it for a strike, and he might get a swing and a miss.
3-1 delivery to the plate is fouled off. It'll get out of play. And the count will move to full at 3-2 here for John Fitzsimmons, who's, as mentioned, trying to close out this game for the Majors. The 3-2 delivery from Fitzsimmons to the plate. That one hit right field. Doyle chasing after it. It's a foul ball as it just drops to the right of the line. We'll have to redo the 3-2.
See, every pitch that Starlin Castro has fouled off, Starlin Rodriguez has fouled off, he's been late on. So John Fitzsimmons has a lively fastball. Even a good bat, and Starlin Rodriguez cannot catch up to it.
The 3-2 count to Rodriguez here. Fitzsimmons, a leg kick, delivery to the plate. That one's hit right back up the middle, into the gap a little bit. Chasing after it is Miller, who gets there fast, and it's a leadoff base hit here.
Miles Miller decided to have a little bit of fun with that ball, and right center field played it through the legs backwards. Why not? 15-3 game. Overran the ball a little bit too, so holds it first.
It was almost out of necessity because he was running back on it, but just the way he did it, a little bit funny here. But the big bat now of Jordan Castaldo to face off against John Fitzsimmons. Swings through that one, 0-1. Great job getting ahead on the fastball.
Jordan Castaldo is trying to be the first guy to drive home a run off of John Fitzsimmons.
In tough against the right-hander. The 0-1 delivery from Fitzsimmons. Swing and a miss. Castaldo right through it, 0-2. Thibodeau giving signs behind the plate. Castaldo taking his time at the dish. Awaiting the 0-2 pitch from John Fitzsimmons. Has a look. 0-2 to the plate. That one hit on the ground. Picked up. They're going to go for one out instead as Fitzsimmons over to cover. And they'll get the out at first. Starting Rodriguez over to second. One out here in the top of the ninth.
Good play over there by Kyle Gormandy at first base. He knew he had no shot at turning 2, so he just flipped over to John Fitzsimmons at 1. Runner moves up to second. He's in scoring position, but Fitzsimmons had success.
On the ground there, Gormandy might have had a chance to get the out at second, although you take a look at the scoreboard, you see your lead, take outs where you can get them, don't try to do too much. They get the force at first, one out. That one across for a strike, 0-1. Called a strike there, 0-2. Fitzsimmons working ahead in the count.
Not only is he working ahead in the count, he's been touching everywhere in the strike zone, hitting the top, hitting the bottom. He's been very good.
0-2 pitch. That one will be fouled off. It'll get out of play. Over top of the third base grandstand. It'll remain at 0-2. Pitch, that one swung on and missed from Fitzsimmons. Another strikeout in the game for the Majors. That one from Fitzsimmons, second out of the inning. Barrie down to their final out.
Good to see that Fitzsimmons is able to blow a fastball by guys. Kyle DeGrace, cleanup hitter for the Barrie Baycats. That's not a small accomplishment with how good Barrie is, but Fitzsimmons still able to blow one right past him. So, great to see. Strikeout for Fitzsimmons.
Two outs in the inning. That one hit shallow center. Miller falls down in center, but it'll be DeForest over to make the grab at second base. He holds on, and the Majors come out on top on Canada Day. Write it up, Dylan. Final score, 15-3.
15-3 on Canada Day against the Barrie Baycats. Wow. Top team in the IBL just got demolished by the London Majors. The offense was clicking. The pitching was phenomenal. Overall, a wonderful performance. And the fans who got to see plenty of fireworks during the game will get to see some after, too.
Close to, if not more, than 5,000 people treated to quite the show from the Majors this evening. The Majors score 15 runs on 21 hits. Barrie, 3 runs, 9 hits, just a single error, although a bunch of miscues on defense. Dylan, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, the post-game show on Majors TV.
Chances are, if you've been out to a London Majors game this season, then you've noticed all the advertisements around the field. If you're wondering how you can get your business involved, then reach out to us and we can put you in touch with Angela at londonmajors.com, we can help you find innovative ways to help your business grow with the London Majors. Are you looking for that perfect birthday gift this summer? Then make sure you visit the London Majors team store located under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com. The Major store has lots of different items including t-shirts, game-used jerseys, hoodies, and Collins Major socks, compliments of Collins clothiers. The Major store also has multiple different styles of London Majors official New Era caps. So make sure you visit us under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Majors TV coverage here this evening as the Majors hold on to win this one against the Barrie Baycats. Dylan, an impressive showing for the Majors, an impressive win, and we get to see the Majors go home happy this evening.
Majors won't be the only ones going home happy. The fans will be too. An overall dominant performance by the Majors in this one. Really good to see on Canada Day against a tough team like the Barrie Baycats.
Yeah, the Barrie Baycats came into town, and it looked like it was going to be another one of those games against the Barrie Baycats. They put up 2 runs in the first inning, but then the Majors held them off the board until all the way in the 7th inning. The pitchers did a great job, but as you look at the scoreboard, you see those numbers. It was the offense for the Majors that was the most fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure. And while Juliandre Higuera and the Majors bullpen did a good job of keeping the Baycats off the board after the first inning until the 7th, the offense was the whole story for the Majors, scoring 12 in the 3rd and 4th innings combined, 7 in the 3rd, 5 in the 4th. A dominant performance by the Majors offense that led them to victory.
Dylan, we do it every post-game show. Who's the player of the game for you in this Canada Day matchup?
Player of the game for me is Miles Miller. Super impressive to see him in his first 2 games as a London Major, going 2 for 4 yesterday, hitting 2 triples with 4 RBI today, playing a great defensive center field. Miles Miller is my player of the game. Who do you got, Noah?
Dylan, I'm going to actually go with Juliandre Higuera. It's a game that's filled with offense, but I'm going to go with the pitcher for one reason, and that's because of his consistency through the Majors this season. Every time he goes out there, he seems to put together a good start. And like I said, kind of overshadowed in this one with all the runs, but he put together quite a start this evening. You got to give honorable mentions, though, Dylan, to 2 guys and 2 milestones tonight.
Yes, for sure. Mike Ambrose hit his 200th career hit in the ball game, and Cleveland Brownlee his 100th career home run. So 2 milestones in this one for the Majors on Canada Day.
So the Majors take this one. You see the final score there, 15-3. Dylan, we thank the fans for listening with us this evening. The next game for the Majors, we'll have to wait a little bit, but we'll have it for them on Majors TV. It'll be Friday night at home here as the Majors get set to take on the Kitchener Panthers. That is a 7:35 start here at Bat Park. From Noah Smith, Dylan Baker, our entire broadcast crew, and everyone here in the press box, we thank you for watching, and we wish you a happy Canada Day.